Yo, 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 yo. Welcome everybody to a special edition to Reasonable Wrestling Podcast. It's I your boy, the joint roller Ayatollah, my tag team partner CT aka Chitty Bang. What's happening with you, brother?
What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Read Wrestling Podcast. We haven't been done this in about a year, so excuse me if I'm a little rusty. Excuse me if I have to, find my sea legs back. But I believe that me and the joint roller still got our fastball. We ain't gonna lose that. We never gonna lose it. We still got it, and we're here to talk a little bit of wrestling. Of not just the week that was, but the year that was.
Yes.
We decided to hop back on here and talk a little wrestling just to end the year because we've been MIA, and life has worn to death for us. We have not made wrestling quite the priority as it used to be, and it's because of a multitude of things, man. I was heavy into my career at the beginning of the year. Uh, and I know a lot has changed in Chris's life. He just had a new son. Congratulations to him and his family. So like there's a lot that's been going on in our life, and we're gonna go ahead and tell y'all a little bit about that here today.
Yeah, man. As Chidi said, man, if you go back and look into our archives, um, it shows that we uh, came here on December 29th of 2024. And we kind of called it quits. You know what I'm saying? We called it quits because life was pivoting for us where it didn't necessarily benefit us a lot. Um, to be coming here weekly, wrestling for the most part has not been a real priority for us realistically, as far as like watching it every week and coming reporting on it every week. But that still did not take away our love of wrestling.
No,
So with that being said, we're still attached to it. We're still necessarily like we gravitate to moments, and wrestling wasn't really providing a lot of those moments that it made it again. Like I see a lot of our peers maintain the course, and um, they fought through, they created content, they blew up, they got seen, they got noticed, they got recognized. um,
for
and
real.
congratulations to all of them. But I'm a Cowboys fan. He a Jets fan. Sometimes sitting through the bullshit make you want to just leave the fandom. Just walk away from shit. You know what I'm saying? So and to be honest, where have we been? Like Chidi said, I just had my third son, and that doesn't necessarily take away from me watching wrestling or recording, but it does because we had a struggle when I had my two kids, right? Got my two boys before, and finding time to get quiet time and set out a schedule or not have my wife interrupt saying she got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? That kind of threw a little wrinkle, and we didn't necessarily want to treat the podcast like a job, but in order for us to succeed and
Yes.
be like everyone else, we had to treat it like a job. But nigga, we had to go get real other jobs. You know what I'm saying? Respect to
Listen,
the
man.
respect to the homies that legit got paid in this. Like that is ultimately like the goal of our generation, right? And to succeed in a passionate space where you don't have to compromise yourself and be able to just produce. Unfortunately, we wasn't really reaping a lot of the benefits of that. And so with that being said, we made a little pivot. But hold up, wait a minute. Shout out to the Pivot Podcast. We right back, nigga. We spun the block, nigga. When you take
You
and
know,
you motherfucking pivot your motherfucking foot, nigga. Sometimes you end back around to where you at, and that's what happened, brother.
listen,
Right back
even
around.
when we ended it, we never ended our passion for wrestling, and because we have that, we're always gonna have that, you know. But we did this as out of the passion for wrestling. It just started as, all right, are we doing this for us? We're doing this for the business, and we were always torn between business side and, you know, doing it for passion. And yeah, it would be great to make a bunch of money just talking wrestling and all that stuff. But when we started this, we did it out of a frustration of the conversations going on with wrestling, and we're doing it as a frustrations of what the product was at the time. And to be quite honest, when like the year, like, you know, that we saw like last year, like we were praising a lot of wrestling because a lot of things have changed since when we started this podcast, and it doesn't require our voice anymore. Like there's so many voices, and then it doesn't require us to be that critical as we used to be because there's, you know, so much good things going on in wrestling. Now, granted, there's things that we can do better still, but we are always going to show love to to the art form and to all the people out there who are covering the art form on a week to week basis. But yeah, man, since then, you know, I've been focused on, you know, my career as a software engineer. I'm building certain things, you know, and trying to grow in another aspect in life. Sometimes you seek other avenues of growth, and that's what I've been doing. And I think as I get older, I'm going to continue to grow and find other ways to um, embrace the other challenges in life. But today, you know, we're here to talk about not my growth, but the growth of the industry at large. You know, the professional wrestling industry.
And to the point, to the getting into the why of the hiatus. Realistically, he hit the nail on the head. There wasn't necessarily a real legit need for our voices at the time. And when we say that, not saying that our voices aren't necessarily needed, but in all aspects of life, are we adding to the conversation or are we just being a part of the conversation? And I've always wanted to add on to the conversation, not be a part of, right? Not regurgitating other people's takes or listening to other people's, and you know what I mean? But that is the nature of the business. We listen to the Joe Button podcast. We just talked about it. They got a goddamn topic board of all of other people's shit that they talk about. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's not a great formula to go about, but to the space of what we were talking about, or specifically, um, and let's just go right into it. The reason why we started this podcast and why it was so impactful for us to do so at the time was the lack of black voices, faces in those spaces available.
Hmm.
Cast, writers' room in wrestling, presentation as a black talent on wrestling. So those who
It
performed
was
it,
abysmal.
those who wrote for it, and those who talked about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And again, to our surprise, when we got into this in 2018, there was a community like us, like-minded, who created their own platform to speak up and speak for and speak to what it is that we talked about, the lack thereof. And since then, multiple black world champions, multiple black women presence that is the face of companies, um, multiple black uh, um, advocates, voices, writers, pens, ideas for those, and one we always gonna big up Cass, man. I think Cass is the at the forefront of all encompassing, right? He is an organizer with Wale for Wale Mania. You know, to the Wrestle Rap podcast with him and Emilio Sparks, to him actually working for WWE in that writers' room and working with New Day and a prominent black talent group. He's in the forefront. Another guy, Cam Hawks, get guy Cam out there who took over the mantle as being one of those black journalists now with the writers, writing articles
Yeah.
for the Ringer, SB Nation, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Yahoo's like he is another black. Shout out to Cal 9000. You know what I'm saying? Um, these are now those people that we asked for. So again, with those voices up there at the mountaintop screaming for us, the echoes of me and you kind of drowned out a little bit because they were those our shouts got those people in those positions to where it matters now. And so but we still talking about one glaring topic, which is something that I believe probably impacted us from not watching wrestling a lot, is the lack of black male talent at the top of the biggest company in the world. And we've argued it blue in the face. Um, and the litmus test will bring us 2026. I think is why I'm so excited. And I think that maybe we can be back because I believe 2026 will be
Yeah.
the first year for black male superstars in the WWE.
This sounds to me like a Cowboy fan waiting for their time to go to the Super Bowl again. That's what that sounds to me like. I mean, I'm a Jet fan, so I'm a realist. It probably won't happen in my lifetime. But when it
That's
comes
the
to
thing.
that,
It happened in my lifetime. I got the hats. You know what I'm saying? Like I
yeah,
got
yeah. But hey,
the Bugs Bunny,
but
Looney
that's
Tunes
why you
gear.
have more hope than I do, bro. And, and I wanted to talk about this more later in the podcast because I know we're talking because it has to do
But
with
this affects how we've been watching wrestling.
but
That's
yeah,
one of
but no,
that's
it does affect how we've been watching wrestling. And let's be real, a lot. It's as I say, like the passion doesn't leave us. We love wrestling, but to really see how black male talent is being treated on the main roster, it does rub me the wrong way. It doesn't mean I'm not any less of a fan. You gotta understand, even with what went down and us stopping the podcast, I was still in Vegas for WrestleMania, and I had a great time out there. And wrestling fans, came out and took over Vegas. They like took over Vegas. It was all weekend, and I enjoyed my time out there. I was at both nights WrestleMania, so I'm still tapped in, and I loved it. I loved like both nights. I honestly couldn't uh appreciate it more about like so like if you're talking about how I'm watching wrestling, like you said, it's the moments. Like, if I'm still gonna make it to WrestleMania. I missed SummerSlam. I wanted to get out here in New York to see it, but I couldn't make it because of certain, financial circumstances. Now we could talk about those financial circumstances too, because WWE has been going crazy with the financial burden they're putting on their fan base. TKO ain't playing around. I think they have some debt they're trying to get over with, and they're like, yo, that WWE's a cash cow. Let's get them tickets prices up as high as possible. Hey, let's go to Saudi Arabia 5 times a year. Like these things are, as much as I want to support the company, it makes it harder to the way that I used to, because of the burden it puts on the fan base financially, certain decisions they make business wise. And let's be real, like, it's not a family company anymore. This is a like this, even it wasn't hasn't been for a long time. You would Vince, let's be real. But now it's definitely all about you know, profit margins and their business model has changed and like the live events have been cut, and all that stuff. So if you are of a certain status, you're gonna have to have a certain type of cash to make all these events, and it's just not reasonable. That along with the ESPN deal, I'm not paying ESPN to watch wrestling. So that's another thing that I have like, refuse to do. So it makes it hard for me to be as up to date on wrestling as I used to be. I'm sorry, but you want to say something?
I wanted to kind of plug in and ask, and since we're going, because this has always been our business creative. This is our business creative. This has always been what we talked about. This is not just a wrestling thing, right? We look at it in the NFL. We just the correlation, the NFL. They are they were the original model as to what a lot of now sporting events is taking the NBA, right? They price gouge. And we saw Nick Khan, or who was that, Ari Emanuel, one of them big wigs from TKO, say they haven't exploited a market in WWE that has been available to them. So they have already, like you said, to your point, looking to see how they can exploit and extract more money to get as much as they can get um, while the getting's good. And to I don't want to necessarily malign them too much on that, as that has been a model for literally everything in our lives. We're
Yeah,
talking about
I'm not
gas.
trying to malign it. I'm just saying what
No,
it is.
I
Yeah,
mean, yes, but the dynamic pricing for the most part is, well, I guess not you trying to malign them, but what I am saying is that to your point of the financial burden that it places on fans to be there or to invest in themselves, to or to invest into the WWE with themselves, it's a pick and choose league, right? You're gonna have to pick and choose if you want to take your family to Disney, if you want to pick and choose to take your family.
but you know what's funny about that? I don't think we get to pick and choose because of the economy. It really is becoming, hey, if you got money, if you're like an elitist type person, yeah, you can sit in front row, you can sit second row, third row, you can get floor seats. And if you're not, you're not going to get floor seats. If you're not rich, you can't get floor seats. That's how it seems to me. And you should expect that. If you can just get in the building and get in the nosebleeds, you should be lucky because it's gonna be like $2,000 for you to freaking be in the nosebleeds and shit. Like it's crazy right now that they're pricing out their biggest fan base. But I do get it. Yeah, just because you know the NFL does it and NBA does it, it doesn't make it right to me. Like that you
No,
price
no, no,
out.
I'm not. No, 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 not
That's
making.
what I'm saying.
No,
I'm
not
like,
making
you're
it.
right. It's the trajectory of things, but as the economy is not in a great place, you guys are pushing prices up, what basically means you want a certain type of fan to buy your ticket. You know what I mean? It means that we only want the people who have a lot of money to buy my ticket.
Well, I will say this too, right? As as we talk about why the hiatus and how we've been watching, the reason why we haven't been watching.
We've been watching. It's harder
No,
now.
but that's what I'm saying. That so when you said to bring up when you brought up, you're not paying the ESPN and everything like that.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I have brought up, and I know you hate it, but that's why I brought up the other sport, because that is literally what it is. Right? You got to have the ESPN to watch Monday Night Football,
Mhm.
or you got to have Peacock to watch NBC, or you got to have uh,
Prime for Thursday night football. It's crazy right now.
and the NBA now enjoying the same thing. The NBA is on Prime, Peacock, Amazon. Is it on Amazon?
Yeah, Amazon Prime.
Amazon NBA is on Amazon, and they're on. So now a lot of people can say, now to Bomani. So I listen to Bomani a lot, and to Bomani's point is, it's not the league's um, job to make it free for fans to watch their games, right? If you want to watch their games, there are availabilities to watch it at a discounted price. You just won't have the access to everything, right? And so
But
now,
you realize that thought process is kind of elitist, from where we grew up in, and understanding, hey man, I've been a fan of this thing my whole life, and now I gotta pay $15 a month just to get one game. on this, then I got $15 a month on this other thing to get one game, and it's like, bro, it's kind of
Yeah,
outrageous, you know?
yeah.
Is it their job to do it? No, because they can do whatever they want. They're their own business, own private company. But at the same time, there is something insidious about these things, and with all these mergers happening and everything being controlled by a few people, it does feel some type of way like something's going on that is really fucking with the consciousness of how we consume media.
Hey, now this is how we talk. So this is why I say we can do this in our fucking sleep. This leads into what we talked about in our group chat and our voice notes that we had so passionately about, again, the effect of that subconscious or the leading into what is there and why we're not being represented the way we think we should be, either as fans or as black audiences, male audiences, seeing a portrayal of a black male superstar in the light of, we talked about the difference of presence and pushes. Being a black presence is the bare minimum. We talked about that.
Yeah.
I don't want to argue that portion of it. I also wanted to speak about, though, in a realistic term, the consciousness of how they present their media is based on the model. There aren't a lot we don't see in the blackface that we do see on a TKO board. Let's use that word again. We malign that nigga. The Rock offers nothing. Right? He offers nothing. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said,
Salute, Ivy.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Appreciate you.
So when we are talking about, again, the direction of society or direction of the culture or direction of a company or direction of society or economics,
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of talk about the direction of when you're when you're undeniable, or when there's just not a reason to do something. The pessimistic kind of thought process, like you said,
Just
because
say
the
it. Get to
Cowboys.
it. What are you trying to say? Just get to it.
I'm saying though, because again, we talked a lot about, do you believe in coming back into wrestling and seeing what you want? And
Okay, let me clarify. I have not stopped watching wrestling. I catch the clips when I can find it on free platforms like YouTube. I find things for AEW. Mind you, AEW I've been even less in tune with. But yesterday I didn't tell you I watched the Fatal Four Way where MJF won the championship. I went back and watched Hangman and Will Ospreay, one of the best matches of the year. I went back and I watched Tommaso Ciampa and Ilya Dragunov because I don't watch SmackDown because I don't have the ability to watch SmackDown right now. I went back and found these online and watched these matches because I thought they were great. So I spent yesterday just trying to just rewatching some of the matches that I missed throughout the year that I've heard about that were great. And I gotta say, there's been so much great wrestling out that I've missed, but I try to get as much as I can. So I'm never out and tapped out because of the way they're treating black men. I've still been watching. I went to WrestleMania. I gave them mad bread.
no, no, that's
You
not
know,
that. But what? But to my point of, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but to that was my argument in the group chat and to always to you.
hmm
The first three matches that you named had seven people of them. Only one of them was black, which was Swerve. So while I had always talked to you about the presence of black people, I had always said that there had to be talent enough to be in
okay,
those
you want to get
matches.
into it? Let's just talk about it. Last night,
The matches that you was I said to go see. Were there any black outside? I know Javon, right? And Carmelo. Were there any other black superstar matches that was a match to go back and see?
Mercedes Monet, Tony
Male,
Storm,
male, 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 male.
um, huh? Oh, male? Oh, it really was just Swerve. Yeah, it was just Swerve. But then but I have watched, I watched Carmelo win the championship too, you know. Uh,
Ricky States and Oba, we didn't like the finish.
I didn't like the finish, but the second match was good. The second match was really good, and then you had Oba and Javon Evans was awesome. So here, but that's NXT. So I want to
Yeah,
be very clear on me,
right,
clear. NXT has been great, like with black male talent. Like it's
right,
honestly
right,
been
right.
the focal point of NXT for a year. Let's be real. Like Trick, Ricky Saints, Oba Femi, Javon Evans, Leon Slater. Like they're there. They're coming. And but we're talking about the WWE main roster, and I think Swerve is doing great in AEW. We've had Bobby and Shelton. We had MVP, being the mouthpiece over there. I love it. And now we got Will Hobbs is back with the Ops. He's a triple, a trio tag champion. So like I'm not here to sit here and say like and act like there's not enough black men. I'm I'm not doing that. The black men they do have in WWE, I don't think they treated well. Like when it comes to, I think that we're just turning the corner with Carmelo right now. So let's see how it goes. The New Day, they were tag champions to begin the year. And they didn't do a goddamn thing with their turn. They didn't do a goddamn thing with their turn. And I thought that they had so much steam going into WrestleMania with the way they turned on Big E. I loved it. So they are two black men that we ignore because they're not putting on TV in a prominent way and pushed, even when there is steam behind them. As much as you may not fuck with how our truth is, the fans loved him so much that they forced him back onto the screen. And guess what happened? He had a great moment where he cut his hair on TV, and we're like, oh, maybe they got a turn coming with him, and maybe they can, do something special with him. They just stopped. They used they where they when the iron was hot, they kind of like said, "Oh, here you go. All right, forget about him. Let's throw him in the back. He got his job back. Now you're happy. All right, let's get it. Let's move on from our truth. Let's use him as a backstage vignette act, and have him be a punchline again. And I don't like that. I think he could have had, because he's older too. This might be his final year, and we act like it's just about John Cena. We act like it's just about AJ Styles and Brock Lesnar. Our truth is a veteran that deserves a send off as well, and we just act like, oh, he's just our truth. Nah, our truth should have a prominent push at some point. And if you go back and watch when he got fired and came back, people were excited to see what he would do next, and they just intentionally um, sent him back to being a joke and barely being on TV. So those are the things I witness. When I talk about black male talent on the main roster doing well. I'm talking about I want to see an active push behind one black male, and it hasn't happened in the past 3 years. So that's why when we talk about AEW, I just think there's absolutely no comparison in how they've done that. And going forward towards the future, we have Javon Evans coming soon. We have Trick Williams just debuted on SmackDown. Hopefully, Obafemi, gets called up and has a match with Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania or something, because they kind of set that up and tease that, and I'll be okay in 2026, and maybe it will be the turn for black men on the main roster that we're looking for. But it is something that is a glaring, for me, obvious glaring um void. When I watch the program, don't get me wrong, I still watch it, I still enjoy it, but it's a huge void. You know and then we can get into some other things that even with guys that are not black, that I feel like they're missing the ball on. I think Braun Breaker should have already been champion. I think that Karrion Cross should have never been fired. There's a couple of things that I think that they've missed the ball on, and and that's just my opinion of where I'm at.
Pull a trigger on Braun before Jacob.
Jacob was injured, and Jacob was fine, and yes, before Jacob, yes,
Why?
because the story warranted it.
What story? When was he When was he supposed to be champion?
For Seth to get injured, him and Bronson Reed to take Seth out, um, and then put the title on CM Punk after, I think is backwards. I think that if he takes Seth out, he should take the championship. Whether it be at in some kind of whatever they want him to do, it should be Braun Breaker as champion, and it should be CM Punk facing Braun Breaker and defending to see if Braun Breaker defending against CM Punk at January 5th. I think John Braun Breaker should have kind of forced himself as a champion. What they did instead was bring Logan Paul in to muddy the waters and set up war games. I now we're finally getting back to what I want, which is Braun Breaker in the forefront. But it should, to me, they should have done it already. He should have already been champion at Survivor Series to me. I think that would have been better for his
What do you,
character.
what do you do with the War Games match then?
Also, it would be better for CM Punk's character because we're waiting to see him win the championship for real. He hasn't had it, but now it kind of like you kind of like threw the belt on him because there was an injury, and it kind of like, oh man, all right, he's champion now. It doesn't really mean nothing, but that the journey of CM Punk coming back after all these years, winning the championship, getting robbed by Seth Rollins, and then thinking he can win it again, but then Braun Breaker becomes champion. Now he has to overcome Braun Breaker, this young guy, to be champion. I think is a better story, honestly.
Well, I mean, I won't say that's not bad, but I would just say I would disagree because not only do I think not Braun Breaker should have been champion or CM Punk should have been champion, I think LA Knight should have been champion.
LA Knight's another one. LA
I
Knight's
think
another one. I'm not sure if he should be champion, but he's another one where hey, people were really behind him, and you're kind of missing the ball with him. Is it the wisest thing to put the Money in the Bank briefcase on a Drew McIntyre for a moment, then give it to an LA Knight? I don't know. Like so. I mean, I can't complain about the way they used Money in the Bank this year with Seth because I think it was kind of genius, even though I kind of predicted it, but I like it still because it surprised a lot of people. But last year, it was LA Knight's year. Last year was LA Knight's year for sure.
now I think so when we talk about the misuse of that was kind of what I wanted to talk about. Not just so much even the black, but that just wanted to get that out the way. It's a lot of talent that, like you said, they misuse, but it's some things that they hit on. Dom, them sticking it out with Dom was very much beneficial for them as a company and for Dom's growth as a character.
Yeah,
I
Dom has been
think
great.
Dom has been
Man, yo, I was there, and people love this guy. Like it was, people are going crazy for Dom. And his post show where they're screaming his name and singing his name. I'm in the crowd back there where and he he raises a kind of championship. Everybody goes crazy. People were excited for him to really break out, and he's on as much as he's a breakout, kind of like last year was a breakout year for him. I think even more this year because he kind of feels like he's solidified now. Like I think that the storylines, come full circle with him and Liv. I think the what he's done with his father has been great, and so now it's still going on with him. The way he keeps character in and out of the ring. Dom to
he
me,
was a great person to lose to Cena for Cena to
yeah,
get the
yeah,
title.
and the Cena stuff. I love the AAA stuff. He's been doing. So Dom is a utility player that you can't go wrong with. He's a consummate professional. It seems like, and that's the reason why he gets the time. So I can't knock Dom at all. He's been incredible, and he's just a great character. You know what I mean?
He is a great character. Him, the story with him or with Rhea, again, like they milked that as long as they could, and then they got rid of it, which is
Yeah,
fantastic. You know, and they moved on to other things. Another thing that was great this year, Stephanie McCure, his rookie year was great.
Jeffrey Blackcourt, man, does she have the best rookie year ever? Come on, man! Like from one year, from the moment she debuted in NXT to the year after, she had an NXT championship. She had a women's champ. What she won
North, North American Championship.
North
She was
American Championship too. NXT Championship, North American Championship, and the Raw Women's Champion, the World Heavyweight Women's Championship. That's a big year. And didn't she win? What was it? King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring.
Queen of the Ring. I think she won that.
Yeah, Queen of the Ring. She won that. So yeah, huge year. Obviously, there's always talks of Kurt Angle's, rookie year, which is always going to be like the benchmark. But Stephanie might be right underneath that, if not, equal. So shout out to Stephanie Blackcourt. She's had an incredible, incredible year. Bakir. Excuse me, Stephanie Bakir. So yeah, I'm really interested to see her development going forward. What she needs to me is just a really good counterpart. She needs like the the Joker to her Batman. She needs that other person who's contest her like that.
Joker was the one who had the best fucking year of all, Naomi. Her
Oh my
Joker
god.
was Naomi,
I'm
bro.
mad that you said it before me because I was waiting to do that. Like I honestly, to me, Naomi was the reason why I went to WrestleMania. Like dead ass. Like her. We talk about greatest stories of the year. I know you said Pro Wrestling Illustrated said Hangman redemption arc is a good story of the year, which to me is warranted. It's been one of the most consistent arcs in AEW, and with what they did with him burning Swerve's house down, going and injecting him with a freaking toxin to beat him to beat him in the cage match. But with that being said, we love Naomi. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
for sure.
Naomi, man, I and congratulations to her and Jimmy for for the baby, and I'm sure she'll be giving birth soon. But man, her year was off to a hot start, and her turn was some of the best performances I've seen from anybody this year. Her
Yes,
performances on the mic,
yes.
the reason behind her turn, everything fit, everything worked. Naomi is, I think, at this point in her career, elevated in ways that I'm not saying I didn't expect, but in ways that I commend because sometimes you can get complacent, you know? Sometimes you can get complacent and just be a support for other women and their growth, Look at Natalia, and Natalia might be going through her own change too at the moment.
Yo,
But
Natty, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. If they ever was to put Natty, what she doing on the Indies, she
hmm
might be one of the best women characters on TV.
yeah, yeah.
Legitimately, like her story, her legitimate. I'm the last heart beating. Hold on, I got one for that. You know what I'm saying? She the last heartbeat beating, my nigga. You
For
feel
real.
me?
Yeah, man, she's a low key legend, man, Natty. But like to see women like her and Naomi, who are the mothers of like the backstage crew, and say, nah, but we can get in here and be the main woman too, and show you how we can pivot, how we can change, how we can evolve. That is bigger than just her winning a championship to me. It's showing that, oh, even though I'm this many years in the game, I still gotta up my game. I still can change. I still can,
I'm not
and
trying.
can evolve.
I'm not trying to
That
start
shows
no
a
mother
lot
war.
to the young girls. I think it should
Naomi
at
and
least.
Natty is what niggas think AJ is. I ain't trying to start no mother wars now. I ain't trying to start no mother wars, but Naomi and Natty is what y'all niggas think AJ is, cuh. And
Yo,
to be quite honest, AJ and Naomi, I don't know if you peep, when AJ returned, it was I mean, it was so symbiotic. When AJ returns, Naomi leaves, which
yeah,
Naomi was like, mother. They had a feud in FCW
that's
that
true. Yeah,
WWE Vault threw on YouTube. I watched that
yeah.
whole shit, bro. I think it was like 2 hours, bro. They
Oh
they,
wow.
they shit go back like almost 15, 20 years.
Yo, that would have been incredible to
That
see.
shit would have been amazing. And especially the dynamic of Naomi being a heel, AJ
Yeah.
baby. Like
Uh-huh.
it was just ah,
You know, man, you gotta hand it to the OGs, Naomi, AJ, even the Beckys of this year. I think Becky's has done incredible. But this year really has been about let's get these young girls out there and give them a chance. This year has been about Tiffany Stratton and Jay Cargill holding it down in the main spot. Stephanie Vaquer, we just mentioned. All these are like kind of like not rookie years, but maybe sophomore years. Well, rookie for Stephanie, that's for sure. But Jade and Tiffany like sophomore years and saying, "Hey, we're gonna give you the ball. Let's see if you can run with it." I think the veteran women have really taken a back seat. They've been put in the tag division. They've been put in the IC championship division, the United States championship division, and saying, "All right, let these young girls run with the ball, see what they do. So see if they sink or swim."
hey main roster
I think
niggas.
Huh?
Move aside, nigga.
What you
Let the
say?
I said the main roster men, nigga. Move us. The main roster men
Oh
is
yeah,
repetitive, bro.
it's
It's
it is
so
competitive.
repetitive, bro.
It's repetitive and competitive because they don't want to give it up. Like
But
even if Roman's not there, he don't want to see Cody as champion. Cody obviously is still trying to build his legacy, and he don't want to just drop the championship. You got Seth Rollins who had a championship, then he gets injured, and then you got CM Punk who obviously that's why I think they should not put the title on CM Punk. I think a mistake. As much as we love CM Punk, wait until Elimination Chamber and put the title on him. Like it's in Chicago, that would have been a great moment. I don't think just on some Saturday Night Main Event in the middle of the year is the right spot for that. I don't. I'm sorry. Like
I can also I can agree to you on that. But I can also now back into the swing of business side of things. WWE saw the money that CM Punk and the wave that he made for AEW. You know what I'm saying? Like that was legitimate business. Like a legitimate 1 million pay-per-view buy and legitimate sold out houses and legitimate Warner Brothers giving you an extension on your TV contract to give this nigga a TV show that he runs it in the ideology of him. Like, nigga, WWE was like, yeah, Netflix, CM Punk show, because why wouldn't it be? You know what I'm saying? Like,
get
and
it. I get it. Business versus story. Here we go with the same argument we've always had on this
always had,
from the beginning.
yeah,
But the story would have been much better.
this stuff is still-
Business
but
wise, I think you make Braun Breaker that guy. If you guys
for the
keep
first,
saying he's
for
the
the
guy,
first,
let's go.
but for the but to my argument, and I know you hate the whataboutism. AEW's first champion was Chris Jericho.
Hmm.
Right? That first year, you have to give it some legitimacy to then expand it and give it to
We already
So
done that.
I do believe January 5th. This is the second year of the Netflix show. It's the Braun Breaker show.
Okay.
I would ride with you with that. I
Okay.
will ride with you with that.
I still don't have. Let's be real. Okay. Let's predict. Do you think Braun Breaker wins it then? Because I
Yes,
don't know if he does. I don't think.
yes.
You think he
I
wins
think
it? Okay.
I think you coronate the beginning of the year and you set and so and this might be and goes back to now my story or my hot take. I would say, how many times is Seth gonna fuck up the church's money? Because
I think you're too hard on Seth.
no, because to your point of the story of Braun, your story of Braun, I think you things accelerated. So to your point, once you make that acceleration, you don't pump the brakes on Braun. I can ride with you with that. But I will say though, that was never my intentions in the first place. My intentions was not to have Braun Breaker be in the world championship picture because we still had a legitimate story to tell with Punk and Seth. Go ahead.
Real quick, we're live right now on YouTube and
Uh huh.
Twitter, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is going on to the left of the screen?
What?
Left of my screen, I have two lives that show. On the left is like a cell phone version of it, and it's like half of your shirt, and then I'm on the bottom half, and it's top of my head.
What? Where? How are you watching it? On your? Are you watching it on your screen?
I'm on my computer, yeah. But it showed me both versions. It showed me like the YouTube version, which is all of us, but it's
Uh
just a
huh.
full picture. And then on the left side, it showed me another live that is like half your bottom of your shirt, half my head, and then our border. I'm not, now I can see your face, but that ruins the other.
Are you? I don't
Okay.
know what this is. Oh, the it's a vertical version. I don't know
Yeah,
what
the
that is.
vertical version is a little bit. I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Are
I'm
you
not sure.
seeing? Are you seeing that vertical version?
I'm seeing both. I'm seeing both.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Let
They
me
probably. I think they only see the YouTube version. All right. But
let me see if I
yeah,
can fix that. Okay. I'm sorry. Let
just
me
the
see. If,
vertical version. Yeah, this one's fine. This one's fine. But yeah.
okay. All right. Damn. What was
Uh,
you talking about?
but Rich says yeah he has to win. We're talking about Brown Breaker.
Okay, I said we only see one. Okay, okay, fantastic. Okay, okay, all right. I said we only see one. Rich said he does he has to. Is that in regards to Braun Breaker winning?
I think that's in regards to Braun Breaker when it has to be.
Okay, and so when you say I'm too hard on Seth, I would say this: um, WrestleMania 32, the injury. Um, WrestleMania 33, the nigga was injured before the match with Triple H. Uh, what you say? Am I wrong on those? Am I missing that?
No, you're right. He was injured for The Rock and Cody
He was
too, but
injured
he
for a
still
while.
did it.
Yes,
Like he still came through.
what I'm saying is he needs it. To your point, when he made the vision and said that I'm going to, if he was going to literally take a back seat and elevate Braun Breaker, why do Seth not need to? Do Seth not need to take a back seat?
No, he
Do,
doesn't. He doesn't need to take a backseat because here's the thing. Here's the thing. It was always going to be a turn on Seth. Just like when Edge started the Judgment Day. Eventually, Edge was the foundation to then let these guys get over by taking him out. That's what the vision was gonna be. Let's be real. Seth won the championship without them. Seth retained the championship without them. Seth, won it back without them. Like, let's. So when he comes out there and he said, "Listen, I don't need these guys. I want to do this and help them out and teach them the way," and they're like, it was always gonna build to a turn on Seth. To me, it's like, I don't think Seth messed anything up. I really don't. I appreciate that Seth is willing to go out there and put his body on the line and risk it all every single time he's out there. And there's not a lot of people. No, granted, there's a dark side of that. You get injured, and we've seen it with Kevin Owens. I love Kevin Owens, but look at where he's at right now. You look at Will Ospreay. He's out with a neck injury. We don't know when he's coming back. These guys, I love them in the ring. So I appreciate what they give for the art form. I do. But there is a downside to that. So I can't ignore what they give to the art form and then condemn them for it and say that you're the problem. You need to sit in the
you
back seat.
can work smarter. Like, let's be honest. Like, this not Randy Orton's freak injury with the shoulder, right? Or Randy with the back. Everybody would wholeheartedly say Randy Orton is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, in-ring performer because he does not take risk. And
But
it's
some people are
still,
not wired that way. And
but
that's the difference.
but
Some
when
people
Seth
just
messed up his knee the first time,
and that was a freak accident. That wasn't like he
I
did some
know
crazy risk.
what I'm saying. He outside right now, the shoulder and the shoulder is the thing
That
now.
was a risk. Yeah, yeah. That was him taking a complete dive on a move that he probably doesn't even do. Let's be real. You know,
Yo,
but it was
this goes
cool.
no, but this goes back to this. We'll talk about it in a quarterback sense, right? I want Cody to right now. We got Javon Evans doing the OG cutter. Cody needs to stop doing the Cody cutter because if you're psychology, if we're talking about psychology of wrestling, you don't do another person's move if that's somebody else's move. That's not even his finish. That's the setup move. A nigga will kick out of a Cody cutter, but you expect niggas to fucking 1, 2, 3 for Javon's OG cutter. As the world champion, as the leader, as the quarterback, what I'm saying is it's just a mentality thing.
No, you're right. I think that
But that's also a risk that Cody does not need to take either. Cody, as the champion, he does not need to take the risk of a fucking Cody cutter that we've seen him sloppily hit more often cleanly than not. And we're talking about years of this. So right now, when we're talking about Seth, now back to Seth, we're talking about years of you having a knee injury. He didn't even hurt his knee on the high flying move. He had the fucking shoulder. Nigga, stop going off. You're a heel. Work smarter. Work
you
psychology.
have a point. You have a point, 100%, and I can't knock it. But the thing is, He's not built that way. And I like just like I say with certain wrestlers. I told this to Wesley. Shout out to Davion, Desmond, all the names. But I said, yo, there's a certain way he wrestles that I'm like I appreciate. Because he goes out there with reckless abandon. He has a tenacity to him. Like there's something that I respect about that. Yes, and he got injured too. But the fact of the matter is that some people are wired to take those risks, and I can't tell them how to do their art. Like I and
That's true.
they know that
That's
it's kind
true.
of like
That's
Marshawn
true.
Lynch goes out there and he's gonna hit you 100% of the time. But yeah, it shortens his career just as much as like it helps his team in the moment. So like whereas somebody like Adrian Peterson might want to make a guy miss. You know,
Ted
uh,
Ginn ain't never took a fucking hit, nigga. You ever watch Ted Ginn highlights? The motherfucker
again,
can't out of all.
or Tyler Lockett might fall down. Tyler Lockett will catch the ball and fall down. But he's still in the league. He's still catching touchdown passes like he did yesterday night. Has a long career. But there's guys like people were telling Jackson Dart to get down. But he plays with a certain type of aggressiveness, and I hate telling people how to play, and because if you're willing to pay the cost, which might be you missing WrestleMania, it might be you having to drop the title early, it might be you and like having a shorter career. If you're willing to pay the cost, hey man, we told you what it is. Now, all these people, Will Ospreay, uh, KO, Seth Rollins has a choice to make. Do you want to live the legacy of like, man, he put it all out there, but he ended his career early, or do you want to live the legacy of like the Miz? Man, you have a long career of doing it safe, but we don't have these crazy high moments that we see with Will Ospreay and KO and Seth Rollins. You don't have those peaks the way
But
that we see with those guys.
I would say this. So to my and to I would just not to rebuttal. Not
No,
I
I
would
get
just
it.
I would just say Brian Danielson, whatever name he wants to go by. He could be a mat technician and not take a fucking bump
He could. That's true.
if he just listens. And it's not listen to anybody, listen to your body. Right? If this is what you love, if this is your passion, if this, like I've seen and back to your people, like you say, we don't tell people how to do art. I've seen the nigga that do the splash art and then do the fucking hand shit, right? A fucking great artist. Do your art that gets that this to you. But what I would say that if someone were to ask you to paint with a brush, don't say this is how I do my art. And if you're an artist, I will believe that you could be able
But
to
why
adapt.
shouldn't you? Like, why
Well,
are you forced to paint with a brush? Because somebody said you should paint with a brush because you
well,
won't get paint on your hands. Like,
no,
why would you?
if I no, if I just say if I ask right, if I
Huh?
simply just say if I'm paying you a commission,
Okay, that's different. Yeah,
but
you're
that goes
fine.
back to what I'm saying about the Seth part, right? I'm paying you commission as an artist. But you are an intricate part of my storytelling. You're an intricate piece of my on-screen stuff. You're an intricate piece,
I
and
kind of like it better. I'm not gonna lie. I like what they did better. Like Seth,
so do you?
honestly,
That goes back. So do you? You said you talked about. I like Logan Paul in the group. Do you like
I'm
Logan
on
Paul?
Logan Paul group. I think that their turn on Seth was the perfect moment. Put it that way. I don't want to wait until like down the line after he gets a championship. And he what happened? He cashed in on CM Punk. Then he faced Cody at Clash of Champions. Then they turn on him. Like it should have, because it was already a point where we're like, is this vision thing working? Is it really working the way we want it to? Nah. Like now, once we got the spirit from Braun Breaker, came out of nowhere, and we were like, there's energy back in this thing now. What they did the next week was bring Logan Paul in. That quells the energy to me. Do I like him in the group? Yes, I do. But I don't like him in the centerpiece, which he was for the first 2 weeks after the turn. Right after the turn, right after they turned on set, they had Logan Paul come in and be the focal point when it has nothing to do with him at the moment. Like he could be a part of it. Don't get me wrong. I know you're building towards War Games, but they get real, and then finally they came around after War Games with Brown Breaker getting the pin. They probably properly made him the focus after War Games. But between that point, like going into War Games, it was Logan Paul's almost like his team. Like, and I didn't like that. So like the way you handle things afterwards has nothing to do with Seth. It really has to do with the way they booked it. And I think that yeah, the turn was fine. I mean, did he get injured? I don't think he should be. I'm so yeah, it's bad that he got injured. I don't think he should take certain risks, but he did create a cool moment in that match. It was a really good match, and I can't tell him how to wrestle. Like he knows the risk he's taking at this point. He's a veteran in the game. He knows what he's risking. And hey, man, who knows how long he has in the ring? Go out there and put it all out there if you want to.
So are the mishaps your biggest impacts for you this year? Like
Biggest thing
because
for me this year is Cena. To be quite honest, the trajectory of Cena. That's the story of 2025. Is Cena's farewell tour.
okay,
Yeah. So
how do you
if
like
you
it? Did
want
you like it? Did you like? I mean, did you like? How
to,
did you interpret it? Because again, I do believe the turn was in 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 all actuality, in retrospect, it was nonsensical. Did not need to happen.
oh man, don't do that. Don't do that.
I
Don't do
I
that.
I,
Don't do that.
I'm being I'm speaking my truth,
Okay, go
bro.
ahead. Go ahead.
And in retrospect, if you're going to do what you did the last couple months, and he does the farewell tour, and everybody does buy the merch there, and he does salute the crowd, and he does the Make a Wish. If you should have just had him honorably lose to Cody, raise the hand of Cody, give him the ball, and then now go out.
At
Have him
WrestleMania?
go at the WrestleMania. I wouldn't have had him won the SIP 17. I would have and the reason why I'm saying that is because in retrospect, I'm talking about in retrospect.
Okay. I get it.
In retrospect, yes, you make him a 17. He's the greatest of all time. He beats Ric Flair. Whoop de whoop de whoop. Or that that has you could if you want to go that route, okay. I won't go the heel route in retrospect because it did nothing. It really offered nothing. And then when you go back
I
and you give him back the baby face, it just you could have just you lost out on so much.
I think the turn itself was done perfect. The Elimination Chamber 2025 was one of the best shows of the year with Jay Cargill returning, and then you get the turn of John Cena. Like it was a great. Both Elimination Chamber matches were really entertaining. Um, that turn at the end of the night, I did not see it coming, but the way they shot it, the way that it happened, it was perfect. But I listened to John Cena's interview on the what do you want to talk about podcast with Cody Rhodes, and I do understand that they were handed a deck of cards to make something happen with that they didn't have a full deck after some point. And I can't blame that on them. They thought they would have Travis Scott and The Rock for longer than they did, and they didn't. And they're just dicking around trying to figure it out. So if I grade them with on a curve because of the circumstances, I appreciate what they gave me. Put it that way. That's all I can say. I can appreciate what they gave me.
I'm
And
gonna keep
I get fan bases who are like, "Oh, this is the wrong thing. It was a bad turn." You can have your own opinion. I'm not gonna tell you how to fan, like whatever. But I genuinely had my moments with John Cena's last year where I'm like, he gave me what I wanted. Like I can't at his age. Yeah, there were certain times where I'm like, you know what? Maybe WrestleMania is not the time to debut a new wrestling style because that's what he did. He tried to do a little methodical wrestling style, and that didn't work.
because he can't work as a heel.
He tried, and it didn't work. Go
So
over the best way. We saw
you
him on.
said that. Go ahead. I'm
Oh,
sorry. Go
no, go
ahead.
ahead.
Go
No,
ahead.
no, what you're saying?
No, I was saying that affected how I viewed that though. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
of course,
saying?
yeah, and it should because
Because
it didn't, yeah, and it would with any fan, like
because it didn't click. It didn't it
yeah,
visually it didn't allow me to process what you just said was one of the greatest turns because I'm now expecting him to be a brawler. I'm expecting him to take it to him. I'm expecting him to be relentless and ruthless,
yeah.
and I'm expecting
All he did was slow everything down, headlocks, stuff like that. That's not what I want to see from my John
nah,
Cena. That's a heel. Nah,
nah.
it's not. And he's done it before earlier in his career as a heel. I'm like, why didn't you just brawl like you did back in the day? But he was trying to debut something else, and it didn't go over well. And it was not one of his best matches this year. But then, when he comes full circle with SummerSlam and him and Cody, to me, that is a special match to me. Tim and Cody at SummerSlam is a real special match because they gave it all. And what he also said was that what he has to do to get ready to do these type of performances, like the Cody match, the AJ Styles match, two of the best matches of the year. He has to do a lot. That's why he knows he can't do it anymore. He has to prepare his body a lot, like to prepare whether it be stretching or whatever he has to do to get his body right, whether his diet, whatever, has to be done a certain way for him to be able to do these matches. So I appreciate him giving it his all in his last year. Um, I also heard him talk about the vision he had for the arc, and honestly, the way he explained to us on the podcast, it almost brought a tear to my eye because it really does encapsulate. He tries to encapsulate like the end of a life in a sense. From the 15 months he had since he announced the retirement till the end, he said it's like somebody gets like almost diagnosed with like a terminal illness. They know they only got a little bit more time left. So he wants to be remembered. So he does all these nefarious things to be like, I gotta be remembered. I gotta get the 17th title. And I gotta let people know, like, yeah, I'm a legend and I'm the best and all that stuff. But then he kind of gets pulled back and saying, hey, you're going about the wrong way. And then, he comes back to himself and gets is able to die a peaceful death, and he's at peace with that. That's why he taps out at the end, and the way that he explained it. I'm not sure we've all kind of. I mean, I know I've lost people, and it made me think about that moment, and we all will leave this earth one day, where it's like we will hopefully leave and be content with how we lived our lives. And I just thought about it from that point of view. And I'm like, I appreciate that he had that perspective on the journey he was trying to the canvas he was trying to paint. But what he said also was your art is your art. Once you put it out to the world, it's not yours. He said that I could tell you what the artist was trying to do, like what I was trying to do, but you might not have received it that way. And he's like, that's okay. Like so certain fans will not see the little, you know,
I'm
nuances of it. So he's fine with that.
I'm not one who didn't appreciate what he did at the last match. I'm one to say that he shouldn't have turned heel if he was going to work that way.
Okay.
I'm one to say, and I'm also one to say that in my heart of hearts, my heart, there was nothing that the fucking Rock and Travis Scott that was going to do that was going to make me interested.
Okay.
So them not being a part of it and them having to like resurface and rescratch the thing, that my this is if we're going to talk about what I would have wanted, Cody turns heel.
Well, that's what The Rock wanted.
Cody turns heel, and the redemption story at the SummerSlam match. We can still have that same SummerSlam match. We can still have it, but it's Cody. That whole thing is John Cena asking Cody why. Your dad would not have liked that. This is not what you have came back for. All these people you're disappointed. He could have still been Super Cena to bring Cody back and have a Cody redemption story. And then Cody could have dropped the title to Cena at SummerSlam and give him 17. And then that's when John raises the hand of Cody. He's back. He's yours. And then
Then he
Cody
drops it. Then he drops it to Gunther.
could have went out just like fucking that. And Cody and Gunther is now what we are at right now. That would have been, you get everything you want. You get Cody
Yeah.
coming back home as soon you get the woe back, but we just get that little bit of time of Cody needing we need the character change of Cody. So my impact of the year of 2025 was we got Super Cody. I'm gonna fucking sign up for that. If we got the year of Cena, let it go out as Super Cena. Super Cena is the all-time, all-being fucking character. We talk about Taker, we talk about Cena. Those are two characters that should have never been tampered with. The mystique of The Undertaker and Super Cena. Because you built this armor of who he is. You see what I'm saying? You built the armor of what he is. Then at the end, when you tell that story that I'm the greatest, I'm 17. I gave Cody, he's the quarterback, and I tapped out and gave the title to Gunther. Oh my God, you fucking made wrestling better. You didn't
Yeah.
ruin wrestling. I'm going to leave wrestling better. That should have been the tagline. That should have been how you
In
go.
hindsight, you're right. In hindsight, you're right. But everybody wants to see Cena as a heel, but we got it,
Everybody
and we didn't let.
Cody as the heel. Sell your fucking soul, Cody. You came back to the evil and hold on. You
And
now you
it would have been full circle with The
talk
Rock.
about an arc, bro. You sold your
Yeah.
soul. You came back to the evil empire. You're back under the umbrella, and The Rock can give you everything that you quote unquote asked for. And then Cena's telling you, no, these people give you everything. These people grow you. These people
I
make
like
you.
what you're saying, man. I would have
That's
liked to
how
seen
you
that
fucking
too.
make that.
I would have liked to seen that, because it's kind of reminiscent of corporate Rock too, because that's what The Rock chose. Like The Rock was given that offer, and he was given the
Corporate
championship.
Cody. Oh my God, then
Corporate
we would have put him money.
To me, it's like I would have gone further. I would have been like Illuminati Cody, because now he's doing movies and shit, Street Fighter, and like, now The Rock got him into all these things. I would have went full force Illuminati with this shit.
I
Now
would
he's
have had Travis Scott remake the fucking intro song to
interest music,
Cody.
yeah, yeah, it shit would be
What the
crazy.
fuck?
That shit would have been,
Rocky Travis could have made that shit fire.
would have been fire. He would have been the baby face no matter what.
Oh my God. Oh my soul.
Him turning heel would have made him babyface. That I
Yo, but that was impactful for me because I hear everything that you I heard everything that Cena said, and
yeah.
I'm not the one that's going to say that he went out bad. Again, Cena whole thing of he would have never gave up on the fans. He would have never gave up on Cody. He would have never
Yeah.
gave up. And then when Gunther comes back and Gunther wins the tournament, and now Gunther's saying, I'm going to retire him. I'm going to tap him out. I'm going to take this title and I'm going to make sports and I'm going to kill sports entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been.
And more weight to it for sure. Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
With the title attached to it, outside of that main event, yeah, it would have been incredible. And we would be in
That's Hogan-esque. That's
yeah.
Hogan-esque when
then when they're booing, when they're booing, Gunther every week, it will be them booing the champion, not just Gunther.
Exactly. Gunther comes out with the title. And then now Cody comes, and now instead of it being Punk defending Cena, it's Cody defending Cena. And that story is so intertwined so much that would happen. That's a misstep that I take. That kind when we got here, to your point, WrestleMania turned me off when I'm like, this the Cena we about to get, and then we got CM Punk rapping. I'm like, oh fuck, you, get the fuck out of here, cuz. Like on me, nigga, that shit was.
I'll say this. I like the matches. I thought it was okay. And I thought it was a tribute. I didn't look at it as, oh shit, he said some hard shit. I'm not trying to get some bars from CM Punk, bro. Like I'm not taking it serious. But I think that it was more like the tribute. I thought it was like a cool tribute to him, and
Having AJ wrestle Cena for a title, having Randy wrestling for a title and the same archetype of babyface heel, I think just would have added it. We could have still had those same matches. Literally, I'm not taking nothing away of the matches or the course of the matches. We could have still had that, but and then having
What has Cody been doing since WrestleMania?
bro, not Drew, nigga. I'm
But
so tired of
Drew
that.
was okay, it was before
Drew
Drew, it was Cena. But between Cena or SummerSlam, like what the fuck did he do?
Solo.
Cena, Solo?
He won
Oh,
it from Roman. Then Roman dipped, and then Solo took over the family. They had that little
no,
jit.
that was last year. I'm talking about this year after WrestleMania. He lost the championship. What the fuck was Cody doing? And I should know this. Like, and that goes to show you that
Goes
the guy
back to
didn't.
nigga, the
Yeah,
shit was boo boo the fool, my nigga.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. SmackDown really has not been. And one of the highlights for me was that last year. No, was it last? Was it last? Was DIY and Street Profits this year?
DIY Street Profits was this year, man. Listen, that should have been a
Okay,
WrestleMania card.
okay, okay.
DIY, Street Profits, and I believe it was
The Tongas. It was
yeah.
Tama. It was Tama and Tonga.
Okay, all right, all right. That was a TLC match or something,
It was a ladder match. I think it
a
was.
ladder
Yeah.
match, or was it the Los Garzas? I don't know.
No, no, no. I
They,
think
they've done one
no.
prior.
The Tongas were champions. Damn.
Okay,
Last year was that this year? I think the Tongas were champions, right? And was it Motor City Machine Guns?
Motor City Machine Guns. There you go. That's what it was them. It was them.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. MCMG.
Motor
Yeah,
City Machine Guns,
that
Street
match
Profits, and
was
DIY.
one of the best matches of the week.
Okay.
And I think that they were slept on. The tag division on SmackDown has been extremely slept on all year. I'm glad we're seeing them now go highlight the United States Championship. But earlier part of this year, the tag division was on fire, and I don't think it's getting like those main event pushes. I don't think it's getting those big matches. The big matches are happening on SmackDown. They're not happening on like the pay-per-views. Like give them time on a pay-per-view. Like why can't the tag
The
division be
stories have to get over first on TV, and I'm gonna be quite honest. I'm not. I might cry saying this. Boy, the YSX. Ooh, it's tough to watch. It's tough.
listen, man? I told you.
Bro,
I told you. I warned you. This year, at the end of the year, I was like, "Yo, how is this gonna work when they actually got to get in the ring?" And
bro.
then they
I
go
mean,
into
they not bad, bro. I do. I'm crying. I got tears. I'm crying because it ain't. It's real. It's not even like it's jokey joke because and they're trying to honor again an artist, and they're trying to honor his his creativity and his brain trust, and there was a lot of effort and care put into trying to. But when we talk about the Bobby and the Street Profits not clicking, them niggas was a part of it too, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Niggas.
okay, sorry. Listen,
No, hold on, cut. Hold on. Them niggas ain't been a part of that good since
were they a part of it?
they showed up. I don't know. I believe in them niggas.
Gone before the YSX showed up.
Huh?
Bobby was gone before the YSX showed up.
Was he? Was he?
Yeah,
No, no, no. Bobby got attacked by Uncle Howdy. Wasn't it? Wasn't it? Am I lying? Am I being? Did that happen?
could be.
Hold
I
on,
don't know.
hold on. I gotta research that now. Yeah, man. Them niggas ain't did nothing good, bro. And they got the titles.
Bobby was supposed to face. Was he supposed to face Bray at 1 year?
The face Bray, I think. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we never got an explanation of who Uncle Howdy was to Bray or anything like
Yeah, that was
I,
before Bray passed. I think after how he got attacked, but we never got the match because of Bray's circumstances.
yes.
Um,
So and
then
so
we got went like 2 3 years or 2 years, and then finally we get the Y6 returning and all this stuff. Bobby's been gone. Um,
yeah, them niggas ain't been hitting on nothing.
there's no
Them,
direction. There's no
it's,
direction. You
Uncle
know.
Howdy, Uncle Howdy ain't been, and it's tough because Solo killing them right now. So Solo hitting them with, and I know it's cheap heat, it's cheap pop, is whatever, but you know he he's allowing the. I mean, if they're allowing the legacy to live on, clearly with stuff that they're doing,
Yeah.
clearly, it's fair game. You know what I mean? They do it with Dusty all the goddamn time.
Yeah.
But with that being said, to your point of the tag team division, they're at the head of it. They're at the top of it, and I know that before they got hurt, they were supposed to be at, and I like we say we, but that goes
But
back to my
what
point of stuff get
they
hurt.
had
People
good
get
matches though. They've had good matches on SmackDown. I'm not gonna lie. Didn't they have like a tree fight? With the MFTs.
Yeah, but of course you have that on TV to fill up 2 hours, nigga. I don't want no
But
fucking.
that's the thing. They do a lot of that shit on SmackDown that they just fill time with. I get it. You're trying to build certain things, but at some point you gotta showcase certain people. You know what I mean? You gotta showcase the Y6. I don't think it's their fault that they don't showcase them the way they should. I think that there's a lot you can do with Uncle Howdy, um, and the United States Championship, for instance. I think you can do that while you're doing the tag division stuff. So I don't know. I will see how it continues to grow. I can't. I think that the tag division is being ignored. I told you about the New Day on Raw too. Like they had a lot they could have done with them going towards WrestleMania, and they kind of just had them cut promos during Netflix breaks and shit. You know, then they lose the title out of nowhere, and it's like you guys did nothing with that heel turn. Like they don't really give the titles much rub, more time, or And I get it, you need a storyline, but then you got the Usos coming back to the tag division, and they beat the New Day clean, boom, done, over with. Where you could have built toward this like three-way between AJ and Dragon Lee versus New Day versus the Usos, but the Usos came and just beat New Day clean. Now it's over with, like the next week. So like they don't really like to build the tag division. They just don't. They just have their own thing. That's their
Okay,
fault.
that's fair enough. That's fair enough to say the
It's on
tag.
both sides, but it's
But,
like it's not the talent's fault because the matches are good. Even the
but when I
promos are good.
ask,
Soul's doing good. The Y6 have good. As much as they fell off, they have still got a certain type of aura stick to them.
when we talk about it, do we talk about it a lot, but do you really ever legitimately give, like, it is at one time when you said the tag division was popping, the mid cards was weak. Now the mid
I
cards
mean,
is it and or the main.
when was it popping?
When was what popping? The
The
mid
tag division was popping. The last time it was really popping was New Day Usos.
the tag that we just talked about, DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, and
Oh,
Street
the
Fight.
match was popping, but the angle didn't get no real time. They didn't get a WrestleMania.
I mean, at the same,
You know what I
but
mean? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that the matches are great. The matches
but
are
New
great.
Day won the tag titles at WrestleMania.
They did win the titles at WrestleMania, but like my wait,
So
that
they
was
won.
against who? Was
That
that
was against
against
War Machines,
War
War
Machine? War,
Raiders.
War, okay. Remember that I told you about the build to that? How it was no build. When we were like we could have built this off of like the neck injury stuff that they had and how they dissed Biggie, and they could have said, hey yo, we've
Yeah,
had neck
wow.
injuries, we
Yeah.
know it's like, how dare you pick kick a guy out like Biggie. We're gonna fight in his honor, and we're gonna take you guys out. You're at WrestleMania, and then they beat them. There was like that was just thrown on WrestleMania card. That wasn't really an angle, but and that's my thing. I watch enough wrestling, where I know they're given this time an actual story, and they're not giving this time an actual story. So I'm very well aware of when wow, this might getting a real push. A tag team needs a real push. Even with AJ and Dragon Lee, that tag team hasn't been pushed. What happened is they just won the tag titles. It's different. You can be a champion and not be pushed. Nowadays, is AJ as was pushed really to now Gunther, or see they got to have something going on. AJ was pushed when he was going against Cena. It's almost like he's a single star that just happens to do his tag team thing on the side. That's what it feels like with AJ. Like him and Gunther, he pulled up on him after he cut that promo saying that Cena's a bitch outside of the arena, So that may be building towards something with AJ and Gunther going forward, but
But
they
does
didn't really
AJ
focus
not,
on
is
the tag.
AJ not doing that for Dragon Lee right now though?
I think the matches are good. I
No,
think that Dragon Lee being attached to this is good for him. I don't think that they're being necessarily pushed. You feel me?
I think, but that's okay. So now that we're here, great. Future of wrestling. I think Dragon Lee being with AJ Styles and winning a title puts him in position to be seen for a push.
Absolutely.
That LWO shit was not it. Him being attached for Rey Mysterio was not it. I think this is another attempt because now if AJ Styles and Dragon Lee is in a main event tag team picture with the Usos, that's a push.
To you, maybe to me,
What
that is a look. That's just a look because as easy as you can put him with AJ in the match with Usos, the Usos can win the tag titles. Is as easy as he can be forgotten next week. That's how I look at it. A push is we're sticking with you for a couple months. That's what it is. It's like, oh, this angle we're building with you, like Jay. Even when people were like off of this Jay thing, they still forced them on us. That's they put a lot of investment in Jay this year.
That's
A
what I'm
lot.
thinking they're doing with Dragon Lee. They could have let him go to the wayside like every other Mexican wrestler that they've tried to push, and they're still trying to find something to attach him with to get
He's
him
in a
over.
tag division of the division that they don't care about. That's to me what they're going. Just like all he's doing is doing the same thing he's always done. Go on Monday Night Raw and have a match. He just has a title around his belt, his waist now. That's the only difference. He's
Was
going out there and having matches.
Penta a push?
Huh?
Was Penta a push? Or
Penta
was
was
Penta
a push. Penta was a push, and then he got injured.
okay?
Yeah.
So Penta, and I can identify, but I get back to my point. Penta is a more
Night time. Penta was getting backstage segments. That's what I'm talking about. Penta was actually getting put. He was getting his entrance every week. People were showing his. Like sometimes you go out there. Dragon Lee don't get no fucking entrance. He's already in the ring.
But that's my point though. So it's a higher. That's what I'm asking you. That goes back to what I'm asking you now. It's a hierarchy, legitimately, of a push and a presence. If I'm already pushing a Mexican wrestler, I gotta push this other nigga. I'm just asking you a question.
I can only push one minority at a time. Like this is crazy.
No,
But yeah, you can push two guys at a time. You gotta be creative. You gotta figure it out. And do that. Now I want to tell you the truth. I'm not advocating for some Dragon League push right now. I'm just
thank
telling
you. That's all I wanted to get to. Thank you.
I'm just telling you what it is and what the difference is.
But that's the point. Nobody's clamoring for a Dragon League push, so that's why they're not pushing him. When Penta automatically,
that wasn't the point of the conversation to begin with.
No,
my point of the conversation was that they don't give a fuck about the tag division. That's what my point was. Is that and no telling you the difference between a push and just being on TV.
Well, you saying they don't give a fuck about the tag division. If they're subsequently are thinking about putting the titles back on someone that they're actively pushing, which is Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso, is that not?
Man, I'm done with this Uso shit, bro.
They're not the greatest tag team, so they can't be in a tag team now. You want him not being in the fucking Eagles, but now he can't be in a fucking tag team. What you want the nigga to do?
He can be in a tag team. We can get the Usos. We can do the promos and anything. My whole thing is this: if they're gonna do this, They got to put over another tag team. Put over a good tag team. That's what I want. Put
Okay.
over this. This should not be for the Usos to just have another run at tag titles and be 18, 20-time tag champions. No, no.
So
Yes, you guys
so
are one of
so
the
then
best
you
tag
gotta
teams of all
move
time.
some
If
tag
not,
teams from SmackDown to Raw because there ain't no tag teams on Raw.
you
We
need to
only talk
bring
about
over
War
the Street
Raiders and New
Profits.
Day, bro. That's it.
Bring
War
over the
Raiders
Street
and New Day.
Profits.
That's
Bring over
it.
the Street Profits.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. The tag teams are DIY, Street Profits, Wyatt's, Tungas. They're all Motor City Machine Guns. They're all over on SmackDown. So for Usos to elevate a tag team, it got to be a tag team that we care about. So like you, I'm with you. I'm with you, but ain't nobody for them to elevate. That's why it's Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. Ain't no fucking tag team over there. It ain't
No,
no tag
listen,
team
listen.
on Raw.
They don't. My point is that they're not thinking about the tag division at all. That they're not even trying to elevate anybody. They're just putting something on Jay and Jimmy because we don't got anything else for you right now. We done it. We kind of rang out this towel of Jay Uso and Yeet all fucking year that we have no more juice in it. What do we do now? Oh, let's bring Roman back and have him have a conversation with Roman. I'm done with that shit too. Like we're sick of this bloodline. Roman convincing Jay and having some kind of mind control over him for
Who's
his whole
we?
career. Like
Who's
I'm sick
we?
of that shit, bro.
Who's we, bro? So you don't want no more. You don't want no more of the. So you don't want no more Solo, no more Jacob, no more
Also,
Roman, no more Jay.
no, I didn't say that. You're misconstruing what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying that you can't be focused on the bloodline story. You know, like put it this way: they focused on Rey Mysterio and Dom Mysterio, and they built a WrestleMania match. They had it, and then they split them up, and they then every now and then they will lightly touch on it. They're not just saying, oh, we always have to have Dom talk to Ray every single week to get him over, to keep him relevant. No, that's not what we're doing with them. Dom has now built a whole separate thing with Judgment Day. Dom, honestly, Jay should go
So
build his
did Jay
own.
too. So did Jay too, bro. Jay left,
No,
bro.
no, no. Time out, time out, time out.
Okay. Okay.
Jay, the entire time of his world championship reign, was
here.
here getting coddled by Roman. He had to go get the approval by Roman. He had to go get Roman's, his am I a good boy now? Yeah, 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 yeet. Like, that's how it felt to me. He's champion, but he still needed the approval of Roman. That's how it felt the entire time. Roman still has not apologized to one nigga at all for all the abuse he put them through. And at the same time, they're still like, oh, Roman, what should I do now? I'm sick of that shit. I'm sick of that shit. Right now, I look at it from the point of Jay needs to not talk to Roman for a whole year. I want him talking to his brother. I mean, his brother's cool. He can have his brother. But Roman, I want him far away from all these guys. I want Roman not to even talk to Solo unless it's on some like on some beef shit. Like I don't think the bloodline stuff is as entertaining as they think it is. I think it's a crutch. Like I think the culmination was Roman losing the championship. That's it. We don't need to see a Roman and Jay match again. We don't need to see a Roman and Solo match again.
But it hasn't happened though. It has not. That's what I'm trying to say. It hasn't happened.
No, listen. It has happened after Roman lost the championship. We had a bunch of Roman and Solo, Roman and we haven't seen Roman and Jacob, which I wouldn't mind Roman and Jacob, but we had Roman and Solo, we had Roman fighting the MFTs and all that shit last year. But I want to get away from the whole bloodline thing altogether. I think Roman needs to pivot back to the main event scene and just be on his own. I think that Jay needs to figure out himself on his own and not say, "Oh, Roman, what do you think I should do as a world champion now? Or what do you think I should do as I continue to chase for the championship?" He having this identity crisis. Oh man, maybe I shouldn't be a single star. Like that shit. I don't like. And
But
maybe you're different. Maybe you like it. I don't know.
I mean, but you can't say okay.
Why is it frustrating you? I'm just telling my opinion.
You talk about the story arc of Hangman Page and the story arc of John Cena, the story arc of Jey Uso, who ain't never been a fucking singles. Niggas did not know who the fuck he was until the storyline of Roman.
You already told this story before. That's one problem. We're recycling the same story with him now.
When you
Like
say
we're doing the same story last year with him. Like we just did the same, and the year before, kind of too. So like at some point, it's like nigga, figure out who you are and stand on it. If you
was like you said, he's separated from Roman. He got into the main event scene. He won the title. He lost the title. When you said, "Can I come back?" Oh, am I a good boy? Am I a good boy? He went back to his brother. He not with Roman. He with Jimmy
No,
right
did you miss everything that happened this summer with him and Roman? Everything this actually this early fall, where they finally Roman's like, y'all, I'm not fucking with y'all after they cost him they tried to help him in that match against Bronson Reed, and then they end up, But before that, the entire backstage segment was Jay talking on the phone with Roman when he's not there, getting advice. When Roman is there, he's like Roman's telling him, "Hey, you don't need help from anybody. You need to be on your own, and you shouldn't, let these people fight for themselves." Like, that was. And after everything going on, I'm like, nigga, you already been world champion. You did it your own way. Why do you need to talk to Roman to get any type of approval of what you should be doing now? Maybe, and it's like Roman still has some kind of control over this guy. What I'm trying to see is, I, I think that Jay should have evolved by now to the point where he's confident in the way he does things because
But
it
do you
worked
know
for him.
how Stockholm syndrome works though when we talk about if he hasn't apologized, if Roman still hasn't apologized, if Roman legitimate still is the big dog, if Roman legitimately is pulling strings, and again, the whole thing of him being where he's at is because Roman gave him a plate to eat off of. If we talk about the story, like if we looking at the movie of New
But not
Jack City,
true. Like he left Roman and won the Royal Rumble on his
bro,
own. Like
G Money bought the crack to Nino, my nigga. G Money found crack. G Money,
G Money. Listen,
G
G Money
Money
ain't Roman. G Money
no,
ain't
G
Roman.
Money is Nino. I'm sorry, G Money is Jay. Nino is Roman. What I'm saying is to your point of G Money was his own man. G Money got his own bitches. G Money got his own money. G Money found the formula and brought it. So what I'm saying is that you can still be your own man and still play inferior role to a nigga that is the nigga. And to my point of what I'm saying is
To me, Jay Uso should constantly be wary of Roman Reigns at this point. He should constantly be on like some type of, I don't know if I can trust you. Just because he said G one time does not mean you forgive everything he's done to you. Like to
I'm
me,
not
that's like at that point, you won the championship without him and your brother on your own. You won the Royal Rumble first, then you won the championship. You beat Gunther, one of the most dominant champions of all time. You did this, not them. To revert him to this almost not confident guy when you got millions of people saying he all year is ridiculous to me. And having
yo,
him need to then talk to Roman, oh, how do I go about being a
but
that's
he's on a losing streak though. Did we forget about? I'm asking this. I'm asking like when we're talking about the story arc of Jay, and you said I'm tired of it. Okay, when he lost the title back to Gunther because everybody said he didn't deserve it and his matches sucked and everybody was tired of it and he lost. So the stuff that you're saying. He has the fans in real tangible things, but he also we saw on Unreal how they told him, "Hey, nigga, you need to tighten up, nigga." Hey, you gotta stop blowing up, nigga. You gotta get better at your promos, nigga, or this
yeah,
shit gonna be taken away from you. What I'm
yeah.
saying is that can be psychologically he can be fucked up. So psychologically, like when you say stand up and be a man, nigga, he probably fall back onto who do I call when when you say when I'm on my own man and I'm doing things my way. If my way is getting reprimanded legitimately, we're not talking about storyline wise.
Mm-hmm.
Legitimately, the fucking brand or the brass is telling this nigga tighten the fuck up, nigga. Roman's the nigga that's been in this spot for fucking 10 years. Yes, I hit that nigga line to say, yo, how do I tighten it up? How do I stay on top? How do I
I don't
stay?
mind if he does that in real life. And on the storyline wise, I would do
But
it
that's the,
differently.
but that's the
That's all I'm
story.
saying.
But that's the story that
And
they're telling.
sometimes you
To
want to
me,
translate to real life and translate it and go into the story. But if that's what you're seeing, I hear you, bro. Then Jay ain't it. At the end
no,
of the
he's
day,
not. He's
he
not. But
ain't
that's
it.
why he's back in the tag division because he's not it. That. So I'm with you on that. They rode away. So they gave up to your point. They gave a push to a person that was undeserving in a spot because they struck while the iron was hot. The iron was only
They should have done all that with LA Knight then. That's in my opinion. They should
absolutely,
have done
absolutely,
LA Knight. Like
absolutely, absolutely, and that I'm not going to disagree with you. Now, when we talk about that feud, because Jay and LA Knight and CM Punk should legitimately I would have liked to see that three-way for the title.
Yeah, that would be
And
cool.
then
That'll be
I
cool.
would want Braun to then pick his litter of those niggas because all them niggas is sweet to him. LA
Yeah.
sweet to him. Braun sweet to him. And Jay, I already beat your ass for this IC title, nigga. You already know what's up. But that's a story that could be told. So I think that Jay, to your point, does not have to not be in the main event scene. I do think that he needs to take a step back and reevaluate himself because he's not really needed for the main event scene. So the push that you're saying,
He was never needed. I'm sorry.
well,
I'm
when he
gonna be real.
when he left,
I like that the kids got like a moment. Like that's like Royal Rumble. Like the kids were super Jey Uso fans. They got to see their guy win it. That's priceless. You know, I remember being a Bret Hart fan and seeing him win Royal Rumble or seeing him, win King of the Ring. It got me excited. Like, oh, my guy is winning. But sometimes you gotta realize just because the fans are chanting something doesn't mean this guy is ready for that spot. But they gave it to him. They gave it to him. But with the fans chanting something for LA Knight, y'all didn't give it to him. But he's more ready than Jay to me. Like that's the thing. Like even Karrion Kross, now fans are chanting something. He seems more ready than Jay, and he got the look. Like there's a lot that went into this year and that investment that went into Jay that to me honestly wasted a lot of this year.
You can't say that when we started off the show. We talked about business, my nigga, and Jay moved units.
But there've been people that move units that didn't get that kind of.
No, we ain't talking. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I'm being legit, nigga. I'm in Walmart. I worked Walmart. I was nigga. You know how many motherfucking Jey Uso goddamn action figures I done packed up, cuz? And we ain't talking about the same ones.
They've done this. There was a time when CM Punk was selling crazy merch and he didn't get that type of push. There was a time when Jeff Hardy was and they didn't get that type of push. Eventually, down the line, they did.
Jeff Hardy did. Yes, he did. And that's what they acting Jay Uso.
It wasn't a year long.
Yes, it was. Oh wait, it was a whole year.
Okay, all right, maybe I'm wrong. You're right. Oh wait, was his year. Was his year.
Getting the goddamn hair raised by Taker and overcoming CM Punk and beat Triple H and beat Shawn Michaels, nigga. He was a goddamn star.
Of course.
And then guess what? Take your ass back to the tag division. Exactly what they do with Jey Uso. Thank you for the money. You got to boost the money. Go buy this goddamn house ranch you got in goddamn North Carolina. Jay, come down here, buy your goddamn property down here in Florida. You got to shut your goddamn daddy up. Please get him off Twitter, nigga. Fuck. Nigga, if anything, they gave that championship to him to shut his motherfucking daddy up, nigga.
Yeah, I didn't stop him at all.
God damn, nigga. But to be honest, I feel you, but they drawing back. They're drawing back because I don't believe that Jey Uso deserved to be in that spot. No. But to your point, you said the kids got a moment. They selling shirts off the wazoo, and goddamn, he go to every arena and they do this. And that shit get it lit every time.
He's going through the motions, yeah. But did you see his promo after John Cena's retirement?
Oh, nigga, Libations was around. God, bro. But that goes back to why. Listen, Cody drinks. Cody has a tour bus sponsored by a fucking alcohol company.
Yeah.
You don't see Cody like Jay.
Yeah, that's true.
So what I'm trying to say is, ain't nobody telling you can't be you, my nigga. Ain't nobody telling you, but my nigga, every time we see you, you slurred. Every time we see you, my nigga, every time we see you, you slur. Going back to the point, nigga, are you drinking on the job? Are you drunk out there wrestling? Nigga, did you see CM Punk kick that motherfucker in the head?
Yeah.
CM Punk said, bitch.
Yeah. I think that his his storyline this year has to be studied because this is the reason why WWE doesn't strap the rocket to everybody. I think that's part of that's my opinion is that this is the
Sorry,
reason.
Carmelo. Sorry, Carmelo Hayes. We
Carmelo
all.
Hayes, he doesn't he should not
I,
be
I know.
subject to this because of Jay. You know, like
Hey, I feel you, but
how
look, listen.
Carmelo
Mike
slurred.
Tomlin was not hired by the Miami Dolphins because they thought he was too hip hop, whatever the fuck that means. Mike Tomlin probably don't even listen to hip hop. But what I'm trying to tell you is WWE already seen this Travis Scott done fucked them over with this hippity hop shit. This nigga Jay Uso with the grills and shit fucked them over with this hippity hop shit. Hey Carmelo, these cornrows and this big chain, I don't know about you, big dog. You gonna have to prove it elsewhere. These niggas already done fucked this over.
You can't hold these people who first of all, Travis Scott ain't a wrestler, and Jay who's not even
He
he,
black and he hippity
he
hop.
ain't black, man, dude. He's back adjacent, but but you can't just now then throw all the black guys under the bus of the same stereotype bullshit because somebody they put the strap rocket on because of nepotism, not because of
That
you
is true.
know you know. Mind you, and he put his time in, he put his work in. Like I have a come and get him T-shirt. Like that year showed me what Jay was about, and yeah, he deserved to be elevated. But to this degree, winning the Royal Rumble, beating Gunther, I think it would have been better if LA Knight was in that position, only because I think he was more seasoned and prepared for it,
Yeah.
as far as his journey and his on the mic. Jay seems to be shy as a person in general. Like only when he's slurred a little bit that you get this
Nigga, on
elevated
me. And
personality. You know?
let me tell you,
Yeah.
I was going looking at myself in the mirror, and I said, "What I say, Oos? What?"
That's how it be though. That's exactly how it be, dog. Like he seems to be a shy guy, a shy person. Like when he's around the crowd, like he can't he's not like yeah I'm ready for this. Like he's like shy when everybody's chanting Yee and everything. He's just sitting there like yeah okay like all right
That's
do I
why.
remember my lines? All right I mean like all right then he does this to get more time to
Hey, I forgot the shit on the way down here. Run it back.
you know. I'll say I love Jay, but it just to me that wasn't one of the highlights of the year to me. I like the moment, just like John Cena likes people like the moment of the turn, I like the moment of the Royal Rumble, and then it kind of fell off. So that's two big chunks of the year. People have a little bit of uh um it's like a I guess controversial takes on it. Like you either love it or hate it. When it comes to Jay or John Cena this year, and it's a big portion of their program this year. It's a big portion of their program this year. I apologize for people who want an AEW take. I did not watch a lot of AEW, but I will say a highlight is how they handle the Swerve Hangman stuff. I think that has been the best story through line for AEW. Um, and I'm glad they got away from the Young Bucks Kenny Omega stuff with Hangman because now he has like the Joker to his Batman that's outside of what he did in NJPW. AEW needs their own identity, and when you have those real blood feuds, it creates a AEW identity. As much as people don't like John Moxley, I think what he tried to do was honorable. But there's another controversial thing, a low light. This Death Rider thing was very hit and miss, and it caused a lot of people to turn away from the product. It did at some point, and eventually it led to Hangman Page's redemption story. So it does, do that. It does help him, but that's a low light to me. And I know I haven't been asked tuned in, but I hear that I hear what people are saying, and I watch a little bit here and there. Hopefully this next year, John Moxley with the Continental Championship, I want him to get jumped by his boys and be a solo act again. He doesn't need these people, the Death Riders. So like figure your shit out. And props to John Moxley because he keeps himself in incredible shape. The guy still looks like he is like 20 years old. Like he's super shredded. But and he works his ass off. But the angle just didn't hit the way that it should have all year.
Yeah, I can second that. everything. The Death Riders, because he was world champion. We talk about a big chunk of that time. He was world
Yeah.
champion, had the title in the briefcase. You know,
Yeah.
choking niggas out, plastic bags, putting bleach on niggas. I'm like, what in the white people world is this? And
It's
so
crazy.
it's only so much white people stuff I could be just like enthralled in. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas was. Because then you go on Twitter and then you see white man kills mother and child of 3 and then offs himself. And you're like,
Oh
hey,
my
that's
God, man.
what Moxley was trying to do. He's trying to kill niggas with bleach and sweater and put them in the trunk.
That's
You
crazy.
gotta treat Renee Moxley good. Like, hey, you good, Renee? You know?
Yeah, yeah. I think he wanted to take us somewhere, and he had a vision, and I respect it, but it I don't think it hit for me and a lot of people. And I was giving that, mind you, I was giving it grace at first because I like to hear people's creative vision. I get excited somebody can articulate what their vision is, like whether it's Bray Wyatt, whether it's John Moxley. When I hear them saying what they want to do for the company or what they want to do for their vision, but then it never quite hits what their mark was. Even with Bray, explain what he was trying to do with the Uncle Howdy stuff and, rest in peace. But I got really excited, but then it kind of like, man, what's going on with it? I was confused. Then the
Yeah.
whole thing with John Moxley explaining on the podcast last year when I showed you like with the Death Riders and what he was trying to do to like shake up the industry, shake up AEW. It didn't hit the
It
way I
didn't hit,
thought it would.
and I don't think it did what it was supposed to do for the company because realistically, back to why you're a low light. I'm sorry to cut you off, but that I tried to see where the direction of the company in totality was going to go, not
Hmm.
just his storyline or his arc or anything. I tried to see where the mid card titles was going to be, the tag titles was going to be. They invested a ton into the women's division, which I can
Yeah,
appreciate.
it did do a ton for them, so that's a highlight for sure.
That's a highlight. Tony Storm bringing in Mercedes Monet, finally feeling healthy and
Yeah.
can
That blood
perform.
and guts match for the woman, better than War Games, way better than War Games.
Chris Statlander is amazing.
Yeah,
Red Velvet returned this year for her
stir it
all
up.
stirred up. Willow Nightingale became a champion this year, tag team champion.
Mhm.
They are doing a ton of good
What was
stuff.
the woman from the UK
Uh,
with the red hair?
Alex Windsor or something like that. Ain't that
No, your girl, starts with a J.
Oh, Jamie Hayter.
Amy Hater, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Haterade.
Hater,
Yeah.
she came back.
Breaker
You
came back too, and I don't know what happened after that.
know, she did for a minute.
Megan did the.
She seems It seems like she got some heat. I'm not gonna lie over there. I'm not gonna. And when it comes to the Death Riders, I think this was a setup for either Will Ospreay or Darby Allin to take the title off of John Moxley. Will Ospreay lost to Hangman at the Owen Hart tournament because he already had a neck injury, like going into that match. So I think it was planned for him to win it if he wasn't hurt, and then him defeat John Moxley, and then Darby Allin is climbing Mount Everest.
But that one came back though.
He came
That-
back now. Yeah, he's back now.
and then he hurt. He hurt now.
Yeah, he might be. Oh yeah, he's hurt too.
He hurt.
Shit.
He
That
hurt
kid's
now. He got
damn.
hurt in the tournament. He was
Oh
doing
damn.
he did a coast to coast drop kick, and then I think he broke his collapsed lung or broke some ribs. Some shit
Damn.
like that. If
Same
I'm not
thing as Seth. I mean, well, his same type of move.
type of
Uh,
situation. Yeah, these
okay.
niggas,
Yeah, I would never do that move again if I was a wrestler. Because like, what's the point?
bro. And the reason why niggas think they can do it is because Shane did it, and it was like he's not even a fucking wrestler.
Yeah, but he did it like once a year. Let's relax. Like I know that Seth doesn't do it often either. He just got hurt on his first
Bob
try.
did it to the Van Daminator. That was
Rob, yeah, he created it. I remember when he created it. He was like teasing a move.
they didn't wrestle in the. I think they wrestled in a smaller ring.
They did, I think, maybe, yeah, yeah,
Because you got a 20 by 20, a 16 by 16, and then you got smaller arenas. But yeah, I think he was doing that move on a smaller ring.
that's
Because if
possible,
you
yeah,
go
for
back and
sure.
listen to some of them Jerry Lynn matches, when he do the Rolling Thunder, my nigga, it's like a half a row and that motherfucker on him.
Facts. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, appointment cutting costs to the ACW. Like, nah, we using this big ass ring. We don't need that. But yeah, I remember him saying he's gonna debut the Van Terminator, and it was like a big tease for like a month, and then finally he went to pay per view and did it. And it was like a crazy thing back in like '99 or something that happened. That's crazy. But yeah, man, I really think AEW has found their main event scene though. Like I got to give a highlight to MJF. To me, is
He
what
is the
he
main
says.
event scene, bro. That's
Yeah,
it. He is the main.
he comes in and it feels like a spark every time, and he was talking his shit. And I think that he put people on notice by his promos,
But I
you
think
know.
that's tough for a company to be so reliant on one person
It's
because
not to me, I
because we
disagree. I think it's not one person. I think that Swerve is just as important in the main event scene. I think Hangman is like Mr. Main Event scene, like he's from the beginning of AEW. And then you have these veterans in Samoa Joe, John Moxley, Brian Danielson, Kenny Omega. Brian Danielson, obviously, he's retired, but you had these guys kind of set a foundation for these younger guys to be main eventers, like MJF, Swerve, Hangman, and then you got Will Ospreay, who eventually, hopefully, he comes back healthy, But that gives a real strong scene, And then you got guys like Wardlow, who could always be elevated. You guys, that potential, Kyle Fletcher is getting a lot of, shine now. And Hobbs, hopefully he can take over for the ops once Samoa Joe is retired. So like you never know how you can elevate off of the strong base you built with
I mean,
MJF.
I'm not gonna hold you. That's a good future. So as we talk
Yeah,
about like the future of wrestling and 2026 and everything like that, that's a
yeah,
great. I mean, that's a great foundation because I know when Osprey comes back, Osprey, he's going to get a huge pop. Osprey MJF is great. MJF and
yeah,
Swerve was great. MJF and Hangman is the story that they told
yeah.
before. But like I said, it has to revolve around MJF. To my point, and the reason why I say that is because as Moxley was champion, when when Hangman is going after his redemption story and is getting a title, it still doesn't feel as big when Joe gets the title when Swerve, it just doesn't feel as big as when MJF is involved for that championship as well. So I do think that it's important that they find a way to for him to be able to rub that off on people to make them as important. I know they're important to the
And Joe's title reign was a surprise. I'm not sure why they did that. Like it came out of nowhere. Um, for me, I thought that Hangman would hold it until maybe MJF, but uh, like yeah, I was confused by it, but I'm glad that they have respect enough on Samoa Joe to put him in that spot. Like I do
I,
like that they're giving
I
him that role because
think,
he's great.
but I think to my point, so we've had this argument too. It's on our show. We talked about it previously, and when Hangman first won the title, we was like, is he for the scene? Can he like and whenever he gets the ball, realistically, they take the ball away from him. So I know he's Mr. Main Event. I know he's the number one pick and everything like
He's had a
that.
lot of great matches this year, with or without the
I hear
title.
you. I
But
hear you. But
but when it comes to building an angle, I think he's perfectly fine with that. I think that it's just a matter of the right dancing partner, and I think that MJF is a perfect one. I think that Swerve obviously was. I
why take
think
the
that
title off of him then? I mean, it's not showing
I
reverence
think
to
they took the
Samoa
title
Joe.
off of him because you
He
had
was
to. I
they
think
took the title off of Moxley, and the redemption story is Hangman. He's our man. He's Mr. AEW. Why not hold the title as Mr. AEW until MJF come back?
yeah, I don't. I'll be yeah, I don't understand that. I don't. I was confused. Maybe it was just like, hey, let's give Samoa Joe another run before he ends up retiring soon. I don't know. Maybe it's just they felt like they want to get over the ops. Maybe they want to get over that group. I don't know what the real purpose of that was. Especially right after the whole Death Rider thing and getting the title on Hangman to like, finally see the
And now I
belt.
want to see how long it takes for Hangman to get the title back. Because if we talking about MJF holding it, Swerve in there, and Osprey coming back, if they doing the fucking sentimental shit, then Kenny Omega got to get the title. Is it going to be another 2-3 years before this motherfucker get the belt back? Like,
Maybe, but he's gonna have good matches in the meantime. I don't know, but like, but I want Bobby to come back, and I want Bobby to get the title like at some point this year in 2027. That's my hope for AEW, only because I think he has history with MJF now with the whole Hurts in the kid, him not letting him in, then kicking him out. There's a lot of beef now with them too. So if Bobby and him can have a real angle, even if Bobby doesn't win the title off of him, it's a good angle.
Bobby always winning the title off a nigga like the Miz. Miz and MJF is the same nigga. Good.
I don't know, but there's similarities there. But I think MJF is a better wrestler. I think
Miz
MJF,
is definitely a
yeah.
better wrestler. Miz is a better talker.
No, I
Miz,
think MJF is a better wrestler and talker. I disagree. I'm all complete opposite with you. I think
what?
MJF is better than the Miz. Yes, he's an evolution of. Like I've told you, MJF ability to say certain things on a microphone is he's a really good. He's not just regular. He's better than most on that microphone. It's not like and it's not just to the Miz. Miz is great, but when he says generational talent, I'm not gonna say he's generational, but I'm saying he's definitely a special talent when it comes to microphone work and character work on out there. He's not
I
even.
gotta see him do more than just cheap stuff.
You always say that. You always say it's cheap stuff. To me, I don't think it's cheap stuff.
Because Miz doesn't do cheap stuff. That's the reason why.
The Miz does the same old, shitting on your city and town and complaining about he should be the main focus. That's the Miz.
No, let's not make it a Miz thing. Miz is more diverse palette in cutting the promo.
I don't think so. Okay. I think MJF is 10 times more diverse. To first of all, MJF's insults are not basic cheap stuff. Like it's don't get me wrong. Like
Diddy, dude. Like what are we talking about?
Huh?
Diddy, he called Swerve Diddy. My nigga, Swerve ain't never had no sexual allegations and none of that shit, bro. Don't put that on me.
Yeah, that's why. That's why.
Don't put that. Call me Rick Ross. Something that happened in the company. Rick Ross is a mogul. I got the mogul shit from Rick Ross, the mogul embassy. That makes sense if you really want to do it. If you really want to, don't fucking call me Diddy, nigga.
Mind you, I didn't hear that part.
When he come and cut in the fucking promo and say his ass, he's cheap on Samoa Joe. He's cheap on Adam Page. He's cheap on Swerve. He's cheap.
Okay. I mean, I think what you define as cheap, I define as creativity. I think he's trying to find something rather than someone just coming out there and saying I should be the champion like the Miz does, or I should be in this match, or I deserve this. The Miz just comes out and says I deserve it when I don't when he doesn't have it. That's the same script for him. That's the same script. Whereas MJF, I think he takes some risky swings. That was a risky swing. It might not hit. But it's
Miz versus Daniel Bryan wasn't risky. What did he deserve then? He held the title. He was the champion. When he went at Daniel Bryan on Talking Smack, he was the champion. He didn't say I deserve anything. He said I deserve.
The whole thing was about him deserving more.
I deserve respect. I deserve respect. Daniel Bryan didn't respect The Miz. Now, why didn't he respect The Miz? The Miz is the IC champion. The Miz has, at the time, or still probably does, had the most IC title rank. Why would I'm a triple? I beat John Cena at. Why don't motherfuckers respect me? I've been in this business. I had to go change in the motherfucking bathroom. I overcame that.
It's the same story with The Miz.
Oh, why don't
he wants respect? That's not being more creative to me on the microphone.
I just said that was just the one. That was just the one thing.
No, it's like that with every promo.
Because when him and Dolph had the program for the IC title, that was not it. When him and Dolph was going back and forth. When him and Daniel Bryan, when Brie Bella came back and Maurice came back.
Just recently, all his promos was like he should have faced Cena because he should have got more respect because he should have.
That's recency stuff, bro.
But no, I'm saying like just listen to the Miz whenever he talks. It's the same through line of him wanting more respect. Because of how it's the same.
The same through line of MJF is that he's cheap, my nigga, in his pop.
What do you determine as cheap can be, sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't.
Diddy's creative, my nigga. Well, I know
Diddy is a pop culture reference that people know and that he's taking to try to make something work. I don't think that it was good.
When he was doing with CM Punk, the whole drunk stuff, the alcoholic stuff, and bring like we don't know that wasn't cheap with CM Punk.
What?
When he was cutting promos on CM Punk?
None of that stuff was cheap to me.
Okay.
None of that stuff. I thought that was a really good angle. Him and
William,
and honestly, he
William
dug
Regal.
deep. The CM Punk thing, he dug deep to even find a personal attachment to CM Punk for that storyline. That's not something that most people do.
It's not digging deep when it actually just happened. He just brought up what. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, is the you saying the Miz what is actually not happening? It actually happened. I don't get respect. But when something happens, like I sent the email to William Regal and he said, "Do better, kid." That's gonna be my sticking point of why.
No, but no, to come out there and cut a promo explaining all that stuff is not cheap. I
I
don't
didn't.
think that's cheap at all.
I
You
I,
know,
I
I
did.
think that's actual, like, really trying to tell a story. I think that's telling
When
the fans what's going on,
me
and really,
me and you talked about how the through line of when MJF, again, when he had these personal vendettas with Samoa Joe, with Real Wigo, with CM Punk, they all did him wrong. That's a same through line. Samoa Joe knocked him out when he was a fucking security guard when MJF was when Samoa Joe was NXT champion. That was his through line. William Regal denied him when he tried to work for WWF. That was his through line. CM Punk didn't give him a fucking autograph. That was his through line.
but
Somebody
okay,
did him
okay.
wrong.
I think that you're that's okay because characters are characters. Characters, I think MGF is a vindictive, person. He remembers all that stuff. I think that's fine for a character development. I think that even the Miz saying he wants respect is a great character thing. The way you interpret that, the way you go out there and talk about it, matters to me. And I think the Miz is constantly whining about I deserve more respect. And it's the same promo. It's almost exactly the same word for word promo each time.
If we're doing the same, I mean, if you talk about it, if we're doing a fucking farewell tour to John Cena, why wouldn't the Miz feel like he should deserve a fucking match with fucking John Cena? Why wouldn't it? If that's my if my through line of my character is I beat John Cena at WrestleMania, if it's his last year as fucking wrestling, would I not want my fucking one of
Listen,
those?
I'm not saying that it was like bad. I'm just saying that MJF is better than him. That's all I'm saying. Like I'm just all I've been trying to say is like MJF is better than me, and we'll see. That's my opinion. You can have your opinion. I get where you're coming from too, but honestly, I think MJF is incredible talent, man. I just can't.
He's a future.
I think
He's
he's
a
definitely
future.
better in the ring to me than the Miz. I watched the Fatal 4-Way. It wasn't all that. It wasn't that crazy. The Fatal 4-Way was all right. It was kind of mid, but he won the championship. We'll see where he goes forward. I think that MGF is a lightning rod, whereas the mid is not. He's great. He's a great talent, but MGF is a little bit better. That's all.
I well, you just said 10 times better, so we dial. I'm glad we dialed it back a little bit. I
I
appreciate
think 10 times better on the mic.
it. I so he's a little bit better at what aspect of what? Then if he's 10 times better on the bike and he's better than him in the ring, then
Listen,
how's
listen, this is all semantics. Let's move on. Let's move on. This is all semantics.
okay? All right, Chris don't win
Yeah,
that one.
I'll be, I'll
All
be
right.
hyperbolic. I'll be hyperbolic. 10 times is a lot. Okay, but but yeah, he's better than Miz.
Hey, I gotta defend my nigga the Miz because he don't get no respect. Yeah.
Shout out to the Miz. I'm not trying to knock him. He's good too.
Nah, but I think to your point, the future of AEW is amazing.
Yeah, I think they brought it back home, and they kind of landed at the end of the year in a good spot. So I gotta hand it to them. Women, men, going forward, it's cool. I still think they have too many titles, in my opinion. I think
Absolutely.
WWE has too many titles too now. But hey, it is what it is.
So going forward, I guess we can kind of wrap up and say our wrestler of the year, female, male, and then kind of talk
Let me
about
see.
what
Is
you.
there anything else I missed on the year that I should touch on real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Um,
Javon
just trying
Evans.
to look. Javon Evans has been incredible, and all the NXT stuff, and this is more about the future anyway. So Javon Evans, man, young OG. They call him that for a reason, man. I think that he's getting so much praise from the OGs, whether it be Shawn
He
Michaels,
can
whether it
do
be Jim
live
Cornette.
event matches with Gunther, cause he
Huh?
lit. He doing live event matches with Gunther.
Yeah, yeah. This
This
is
nigga lit,
this is
bro.
a big deal.
That's
They
the
have.
that's the push.
I
That's
don't think it's a push. I'll be honest with you. I don't think that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I call a push. You may call it a push. Just being in the ring with people is not a push to me. No, you can be in the ring with somebody, you lose,
I
and
mean,
it's a push.
he's not just in the ring with Gunther. He's having a through line of trying to establish himself as a character,
Listen,
and
live events don't count
he's
to me.
no,
I
it's
appreciate it.
not just live events, bro. He's on Raw, he's on SmackDown, he's on NXT, he's on AAA. He's
Oh,
being exposed.
okay. Let's talk about it. Listen, when I'm talking about it with, I've already explained it. I don't want to explain it over again. I appreciate them getting him on TV,
I'm not.
and I think that they have more plans for him. Just like I appreciate them putting the title on Carmelo, I think they have more plans for him. I appreciate they have Oba versus Cody Rhodes in his first, TV match on the main roster. I think they have more plans for them, and we'll see. But just like when they put Keith Lee face to face with Roman Reigns and nothing came out of it, I can't just say this is the push. That was incredible. I love that moment, but it never happened. Nothing happened after that. Matter of fact, they changed him to Bearcat Keith Lee, and then they kind of buried him. So I want to really temper our expectations just because they put him in the ring with certain people.
Gunther too, my nigga. It's about how you
No,
carry it.
Gunther is different. Gunther changing his name and that's all they did with Gunther was change his name. Keith Lee, they changed his name to Bearcat, which is fucking ridiculous. And on top of that, changed his entire outfit and didn't put him back in the ring with Roman. They put, Gunther was actually knocking niggas off and had a crazy Intercontinental Championship reign when he came up. The way you use him, that's a push for Gunther. Keith Lee did not get a push after that. Keith Lee was just mulling around backstage and lost a couple matches, and then boom, he disappeared. So like, and I know he has some health issues, but my concern with this is that how they now take Javon Evans going forward is important. How they move Carmelo going forward is important. I can't say these are pushes. Putting people in a position to succeed is one thing. Having them then consistently put you in a position to succeed is another, and that's what I call push. A consistently putting you in a position to succeed.
I am in agreement, but the putting you in a position to succeed means I have to place you in presence. I have to place you in position to be present. So that's my thing of there. He's a presence.
Yeah,
Javon,
and that's one presence and a push are two different things to me.
but you saying, but you have in order for them to know who they're pushing, he has to have a presence. So my thing is,
all I'm determining is that a push and a presence. I appreciate the presence. It starts there, and I'm
yeah.
like, that's all. So I'm with you, but I'm
Okay.
not saying it's a push that he's just fighting Gunther on a live event. Nah, I can't say that.
That's true. I mean, I think the looks get you to the push. That would be my thing. And
facts.
we used
Fact,
to
and it's a good sign. It's a
and we
good
used to
sign.
argue about nobody getting looks to get a push. And I know you talked to me about the bare minimum situation, but I think how you perform, back to the Jey Uso thing, when we give you the push and you perform like shit, nigga, that affects it. Javon Evans is performing and overperforming, which I think will lead to a push.
I'm happy for him, man. He's a young kid.
Yeah,
I'm really happy for him and what he's been doing and getting these opportunities and succeeding. Love it for him. Trick Williams, man, he's super charismatic. He just got his little debut on Raw, face to face with Cody. We'll see where it goes. But my biggest litmus test and my biggest excitement going into the year 2026 is
Oba
Femi. This guy is what you call a 5 tool player. He has everything you could ask for: size, a look, presence, mic work, in-ring skills, you name it. And he's an OG, old school, like big guy. It seems like, but with a new school kind of swagger to him. So like I don't see why he can't be pushed like a Brock Lesnar or like a Batista or like a whoever, a Sid. I don't know, whoever you think in the past, a big guy who was just put right into the main event. Let's go.
When I called Kerry and called Sid, motherfuckers thought I was tripping.
That was me who called him Sid, and then you put it out there, yeah. And people were going crazy. Like my thing is like, yeah, I see a lot of potential with Oba, man, and a lot goes to his first SmackDown appearance when he came out to confront Cody before their match. and the way the crowd reacted, they knew who he was. Oh, but they were chanting that on his way to the ring. He almost freaking had this smirk on his face because it seems like he was maybe maybe he wasn't sure they were gonna know who he was or whatever. But he calmed himself down, got in the ring, face to face with Cody, and he said, "Hey, you're focused on the wrong guy. You should be focused on me." And then when he grabs Cody's arm and pushes him back, pulls him back, and it shows like I'm not afraid of the moment. Like everything he did in that ring that night fit. It fit for like a big program going forward. So I think that if he can do that with Cody, he can do that with Roman. He can do that with Drew. He can do that with CM Punk. He can do that with Seth Rollins, whoever. And I think that he's ready for the main event. Like if you put him in like a lot of these guys, just like yeah, there's something missing with Hobart. Then tell me what it is, because if you put him in the Intercontinental Championship like division and he's like fighting Dom, like what does that do for him? Like
Nothing.
I don't think that does much for him. I think that he should be immediately going after the Drews of the world, maybe getting jumped by Solo. And maybe I don't mind him being an angle with Solo. Like if he's getting jumped by the MFTs and he has to compete his way up. I don't mind if he is in a feud with a Gunther or these guys who are like in the mid card but upper mid card levels. But he doesn't need no IC or United States Championship run, guys. Like if you put him with Carmelo, like what are we doing with this guy? But we'll see. I'm not sure if he's getting called up anytime soon, but by the end of this 2026 year, I want to see him in main event feuds. I want to see him in a title picture, and that's my
Hey,
take.
that's the future, and we'll make sure that we keep ourselves. It's not only just the black talent of Javon and Carmelo and Oba, but it's also Braun. It's what they do with Bronson Reed. It's
Yeah.
what they finally can get done with Austin Theory. It's what they can continue to do with Dominic Mysterio. It's
Well,
what
I gotta give a shout out to Logan Paul. This guy has become a uh not a part timer. He's there like every week or so,
he's
and
a
he's
fourth timer.
yeah, he's there. He's doing his thing, and I gotta give him his credit, his props. I think that him and Bronson Reed could have a really good angle. Like when I see him and Bronson in the ring together as a vision, I see the future. I see them both fighting each other. I see like that could be a cool feud. I'm not sure who baby whose face or whatever, or I think that Logan should be a heel. I think he just oozes heel, but I think he has a potential for a babyface run as well. But I gotta respect the man who's as comes from a different world and gives all his all to this professional wrestling thing and excels and says, you know what, on top of that, I'm going to show up every single week and build towards this work in match. I'm going to show up every single week and build towards this new angle, even though he doesn't might not need it as much. He has his prime hydration station at the freaking by the ring every week, so they're making money. I'm sure he got bread. He don't need to do his wrestling thing, but got handed to him, and I do see a world championship in his future too. So there's a lot of young talent, but the old guard has to get out the way. So also about the future is the retirement of Brock Lesnar coming? Is the retirement of AJ Styles coming? Is the retirement of a Ron Killings? And how we show these guys, send them off in the proper way. It doesn't have to be to the level of John Cena, but who takes them out the final way? Who they wrestle with, on the way out, and how the care we put towards it. And in AEW, it's the Samoa Joes. I'm not quite sure if Chris Jericho is leaving there, but Chris
That
Jericho,
nigga coming back to WWE, boy. You know it. And
you
you
know,
know it.
but you also got Adam Copeland. If he's gonna, how you treat those veterans on the way out to elevate the talent.
Um, yeah. I think wrestling's in a really, as we took a step back, I think it took
Good. Yeah,
a
good.
it took a step forward as like you said, the landscape of wrestling to kind of right see where it's at. Definitely AEW knows what they have. The WWE has an abundance of riches. So how they do things, like it has to be the year of youth next year. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you're gonna join me on Monday night, brother, But if Braun is
right?
no next week,
Next Monday.
if Braun
Okay.
is champion and we get a big surprise, I might pop back up. Show my face. I don't know how often we're going to be doing this, people. This was a great to do this year, end of the year cap.
All right, real quick.
Yeah.
Female superstar of the year. Go.
Oh, well, I would probably say Naomi for female. I know Stephanie is there. She's had great matches. She just hasn't had a feud yet that kind of like take it over the top for me. She's had really good matches. Her and Io Sky, the matches that got interrupted on Raw were two great matches this year. But
And I can't go Naomi. I would love to go Naomi, but she only done half of the year.
bro, that half a year was so impactful because the turn, because and before we get out of here, Bianca, we miss you.
We miss you.
Oh, my soul, we miss you, girl.
Yeah,
We
we miss
miss you.
Bianca.
We miss you, Bianca. We miss you a lot. But she was involved in a great triple threat.
Yeah, that might be my match of the year. Still, I'm not gonna lie. That triple threat
That's the
WrestleMania,
reason why. The reason why.
it
That's
tore
the
the
reason
house
why I
down.
said Naomi, because when Naomi, we thought it was a hot shot. Just give her the cash in, and then she'll drop it at SummerSlam, and she retained.
I
If you go
wonder
back,
what would have happened if she didn't get pregnant, man. Like I really
bro,
wonder because
they were stepping on her stomach in that match. Moonsaults onto her stomach. Go back and
damn, that's
go back
crazy.
and watch that SummerSlam match. That baby was taking bumps early. His bump card is activated early, my nigga. Bro, it's the spot they literally just step on her to go do a moonsault on her. Cause like it's tough to kind of when
That's
you know.
crazy. Maybe he was just like a zygote at that point. I don't know, man. uh, damn, zygotes taking bumps, man. That's crazy.
So,
But
but
yeah, man.
I know it's tough to. But
Um,
I think the turn she made Jade because now as Jade now has stepped into that role, right? We're missing that dominant black female presence on camera again. Naomi was that, Bianca was that.
Jade is a
Jade
bully.
has now Jade stepped into that. Yo, she's the best of both worlds though, because Bianca had the build, but she was never the bully. Naomi came back with the bully, didn't have the build. Jade was just like, I'm gonna morph these into one.
Fusion.
So
Facts.
And so, but I couldn't give it to Jay because
She's
um
still growing.
she's still growing, and then her year just wasn't as big. Tiffany's wasn't that good. Naya's year was last year. Um, uh,
I gotta
Rio
give it. I gotta give it to either two people. It keeps coming to me, man. Has to be
Mercedes had
Stephanie.
a great year too.
Okay, it should be Mercedes. Let's be real. It should be Mercedes Monet. Like she's done crazy work.
She's traveled the globe and been a globetrotter.
It's been her year. That's like kind of undeniable. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
you're
Mercedes.
right.
I'm not going to say what I'm going to say. It's Mercedes for me. Yeah,
Mercedes. All
yeah.
right, mail for you.
John Cena. I gotta give it to him. Like as much as why are you doing that? This guy's a freaking so dramatic. It's John Cena, man. Like I think what he's done in his final year is at his age and what he's honestly I gotta give it to him, man. He had multiple matches that I felt
Why
were
you don't give
match
it
of the
to
week. I
Bugs?
think he had multiple matches where I thought were match of the year quality, and I think he was the storyline of the year, man. Just
Match of the year quality?
yeah,
He had one match with Cody and one match with AJ.
that's
That's
multiple.
it. Out the whole year?
And him and CM Punk was a good match, man. And him and Randy, and him and Logan.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, wrestler of the year. I'm just gonna give it to John. Yeah, it's his last year, bro. Let me get him have it. Out of respect for the OG, out of respect to the GOAT, I'll give it to him.
My wrestler of the year is
Carmelo Hayes.
no, actually I was gonna say it was gonna be Nepo baby.
Oh,
Dom.
here we go.
Dom.
Dom. Yeah, he
Dom.
did his thing.
Dom.
You know who had a chance to do it before they got injured? My
Who?
guy Chad. I gotta give him some love too before we get up out of here. Chad had a freaking match of the year candidate with a Vikingo in AAA early in the year, and um, he was doing some great work all beginning of the year. You know, so with his turn, all that stuff was immaculate. So shout out to Chad Gable. We miss you too, man. I can't wait till you come back.
Chad was doing amazing work at the beginning of the year, but I think
Yeah,
Dom,
yeah. Dom was definitely a candidate for sure.
and the work that he put in character wise, he's went
Mm.
over this shit in Mexico, solidified his shit over there in Mexico, became AAA champion over there, IC title, dropped it to John, then beat John back in his hometown in San Diego. I mean,
There's a case for Hangman Page.
this nigga done had his real life wife, Rhea, live, rock, floating around there somewhere, nigga. Raquel done brought this nigga chicken nuggets before. This nigga the milk, kid.
That's Dom, the Prince.
The friend, for sure, for sure, dog.
Or Prince, dog.
Um, there's well, I mean, if you want to talk about before getting injured, Osprey probably would have had the best year of anybody if you
Yeah,
know
Osprey was killing it too.
if he didn't get injured. Realistically, I think that would have been really good to see.
But I
Yeah,
got Hangman. Hangman did actually have the year people were talking about. Like he's a surefire candidate in the AEW side of things. He's had match after match that was incredible. Yeah. Heel or baby faced Hangman was good.
all right. So, what is going to be our predictions for next year before we get out of here? What is going to I mean, we've to be quite
I
honest,
am tired of Roman Reigns, but I have a feeling that he is gonna go and face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, and I feel like Cody Rhodes is gonna win that bitch. That's my
um,
that's my that's my, that's my prediction.
that's whack if that happens, but that's I mean most.
I mean, maybe that's not much of a hot take, but
Now,
that's what I think is gonna happen.
I think oh I think we get Trick and Carmella for the year.
United.
I think we get that. We will get. I think we'll get Brock and Gunther for 2026.
I think we get that too.
Um,
I really want to see Brock and Oba. I would. I know we're probably not gonna get it, but I really would like to see that. They're
I
giving
mean,
everybody. They're giving all the OGs to Gunther right now. So I mean Goldberg, Cena. It makes sense for Brock, but
I don't necessarily think that. I mean, I don't know if Brock's gone after this year. Just not. Has it been vocalized that this is this last year?
I think it's just kind of speculated because all the OVW guys are kind of like, kind of up. We got Cena and
Nigga, the
Batista
only
gone.
OVW niggas is gone is the niggas that's making movies, cuz.
That's
But
true. That's true.
Cena are
But,
making
but
Dune, Galaxy, Peacemaker, and all types of motherfucking shit that's collecting checks that ain't got no bump card to it.
there's gonna be
Yo, bitch ain't make no damn movie.
it's
Brock
gonna
ain't
be
make a
put
movie.
it this way, it's gonna be sooner than later that Brock is gone.
So that I'll give him.
Randy too should be coming within the next couple of years too.
So I'll say so. Give me Oba Brock 27 because
Okay.
26 I want Oba established with
Yeah.
Drew.
Okay.
I want him. I want his first because I think Drew's going to win the title, 2026. I think Drew's going to beat the title for Cody. I think to my point, I like Oba. I didn't even need I think I didn't even need Oba to win the NXT title because now it muddies it. If Oba had just lost the title and then just went up, that would have been fair. Because Ricky Saints as champion, Javon Evans as a challenger, that's fire.
That is fire.
That's fire. But that's not happening because fucking Oba got the title. But if Ricky won the title and then started getting a little shit with him, and then the Javon chasing, that would have been it. Because
I don't think Drew's winning the championship. I'll be honest with you. I know people think that's gonna happen.
That gotta happen, bro. If Drew don't win the championship, he might as well motherfucking resign, get his passport there, go back to Scotland, cuz. On my mama. Go see Nicholas. What up, Nick? What up, Scott? Nigga, go tap in with the homie from Black Wrestling and then Black Guys Wrestling. Nigga, if he don't win the fucking title, I'm done with the Cody shit. I'm telling you that right now. I won't watch another fucking thing that nigga on.
That's a lie.
That's a lie. I won't watch the show. I'm gonna be like you. Is the Jade match on YouTube? Is the goddamn nigga? I won't watch SmackDown if that motherfucker beat Drew. Cuz I'm telling you now, he gotta go. He gotta fucking go. He gotta go.
At Royal Rumble,
Nigga, he got a 2020. He got to
at some point during the year.
Lose it to Drew now.
Oh, you mean now at the 3 Stages of Hell match?
He gotta lose it
Cody's
now.
holding this title at WrestleMania, bro. It's not happening, bro.
He gotta lose it now, bro.
What if he loses it now, but he wins it back at WrestleMania Chamber?
I'm fine. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm just making sure.
I'm fine.
Okay.
That motherfucker gotta go home with somebody else. This nigga hogging the bitch at the club, cuz let that bitch go fuck on another nigga, bro. He buying this hoe all the drinks. Bitch, she wanna go talk to somebody else. This nigga a hoe, cuz. Drop the title. Give it to Drew. Cause all this shit will be for naught. These niggas made a mini movie of a motherfucker going to Drew house. And all this extra production shit. You had to fly a crew to come down.
My worry is that Drew McIntyre is KO of last year because it was a big deal last year with KO and him holding the Winged Eagle title. That's what position Drew is in this year. It's just a matter of if he wins it this time. Because KO did not win it.
KO ever win the title? He didn't win the title?
KO did not win it, no.
I'm telling you right now, injure another motherfucker and don't give him the title, cuz. Injure another motherfucker and he don't get the title and see what happens. You put the title on Seth, he get hurt every goddamn time. You don't put the title on KO and Drew. These motherfuckers can't never win the motherfucking. Stop it. Yeah, man. I think we're gonna get a Lash kind of like elevation. I know she's right now, but I think she'll get established. Yeah,
I want to see Lash versus Jade.
Yeah. I ain't want to say that right now because I don't never like seeing two bad bitches fight.
even a Lash versus Nia, it'd be fire.
I can see that happening. I can see Nia and Lash having the tag team, and then that's breaking up.
I want them to win the titles though. That's my thing. I want them.
Oh yeah, them two. I gotta see them dripping some gold.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. They got. Bro, who the fuck beat them for the titles, bro? That's what I'm trying. Who gonna beat Lash and Nia for the titles, bro?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Come on.
It's a good question because I don't think it's that's gonna be a hill to climb. If it's not like Charlotte and Becky, then who?
What if Jade and Bianca reunite again just to get the titles back off them? That's because Lash performed with who? Was it Jakara Jackson against Bianca and Jackson had a great match with them?
They did. And Saudi Arabia, I think.
What if she get an established partner like Nia? Like I told these bitches couldn't fuck with me.
It ain't happening because Bianca
come back. You already know.
Ain't going no tag division shit back.
Nigga, she might have all the belts on her ass, nigga. They gonna put every belt on that motherfucker when she get back, nigga. We might see Montez Ford back on the screen when Bianca get back. Hey,
Yeah.
we didn't see that since she got hurt.
Who? Montez?
Montez.
That's weird, man. I don't know what's
Niggas
going
like,
on
go
over
home
there.
with your
Hope
They
hope
say,
he's healthy.
some niggas say, if she ain't here, you ain't here. they treat Montez like he China.
That's crazy, yeah. It's crazy. Shout out to Montez, man. Hopefully in 2027 you get some respect, man.
Nah, fuck that. Hopefully in
Fuck the Miz.
2026 you get some respect, bro.
2026. I mean 26. That's what I meant.
Yeah, next year.
Yeah.
Next year. Is this the year that they break up the Street Profits, cuz?
We've been calling this for like 5 years.
Yo. We've been trying to get Angelo.
I was hoping that he was the masked man. I was like, yo, maybe he's the masked man. He needs a push. Because I think Montez with Paul Heyman. I think Paul Heyman can do something with Montez for sure. You know, I think Montez.
But my thing is, bro, if you got Montez and Braun in the same group, that shit ain't gonna last. But that's
Listen, Montez, you need to link with Paul Heyman.
Boy, that shit ain't gonna last, boy. I think Montez would be a great babyface against Braun, though.
I think Braun Montez.
Hey, that's it. Montez and Braun for the World Championship in 2026.
I don't think that's even gonna happen. My thing is Montez could be. I know you're gonna take this the wrong way, but he could be the guy that takes the bumps for that group because he got two big guys. Right now, it's still an elevation from where he's at. That's what my thing is. That's what Dom was for the longest. That's what Dom was for the longest time, taking the bumps. I think that Montez getting mic time and segment time, he's gonna get over organically no matter what. And he's out of the tag division, bro.
You want the token Blackie to be the bumper?
I don't like it that way. I don't like when you put it that way. I don't like that. I don't like when you put it that way, man. I really don't. But he's great at taking bumps.
The Austin Theory nigga call it a day.
Okay, fine. Give it to Austin Theory because Austin Theory he ain't doing shit. I don't believe in him. I don't believe in him. I'm sorry. I don't believe in Austin Theory.
Austin got the tools though, man. Austin and Kyle Fletcher are the same.
Austin hasn't found that gear, yo. He hasn't found that convincible gear. Kyle Fletcher has it. He has like a convincing persona. Austin Theory has had like 3 pushes now, like 3 moments to like improve himself, and he hasn't been convincing, really, like not once.
It's kind of hard to be convincing when you're buried by the top fucking dogs in Cena and Roman. It's
tough. I'm not gonna lie, it is tough, but
that's
you gotta be like LA Knight. LA Knight will bite back. Even though he's not perfect, he'll bite back.
First night, Vince was not there. They said, "Joe, Daddy ain't here, bitch."
Joe, you need to say something back to that. You gotta say something.
You right?
Now I'm off the leash. Now I can really say what I want to say. What? Like you gotta have some backbone
for him to get buried in for real. Then,
dude, Austin Theory got to fucking.
I'm just saying,
business for himself or something.
That's what I
want him to succeed. We call his talent since he was involved. Me and you were talking about it for the longest time.
That's what I'm saying.
He has to be let off the leash. He cannot be somebody's whipping boy if he wants to elevate.
Well, you seen that when when Bronson said follow my lead, and then Austin was like, no, nigga, I ain't following nobody's lead, nigga. So we already got tension in him being a dog.
Okay. All right, we'll see.
So, you know what I mean? So we'll see.
But that could have been Montez. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But if the Street Profits come back together as a group, then yes, I think this is the year. Maybe. Maybe
the Street Profits is us. Like we ain't never turned on each other.
Man, I guess so, man. The Street Profits is gonna be doing this forever. Yeah. You know, they don't know what they're doing. This group, they're turning babyface heel. Red cups, no red cups.
I know they done. When they
red cups, no red cups. You're like they keep going back and forth. Entrance music is new, different attire. Oh, we switched up Instagram reels, Instagram stories, and shorts. Oh, we changed up our attitude. and then it's
But
the same shit.
that's them though. But that's them trying. So I mean, I can't. They trying. They're
It's
grasping.
not their fault. It's not their fault. We know what it is. We know who fault it is.
Who fault is it? Bruce Pritchard,
Same guy who mentioned
Michael P.
everybody in the
Hayes.
elimination chamber match after Montez put on a great performance. He mentioned everybody but Montez. That dude, the guy who ignored Montez's performance in the elimination chamber,
So
and said, "Yeah,
that goes back to my point that if you do try to get yourself over or go into business for yourself, which Montez was doing,
he did
don't
not
that
go into business for himself. He's part of the performance.
hold
Going to be
on?
yourself is not
I'm
having a good match."
just asking. No, I'm not. So you just said that Austin Theory was to do something, rebuttal, have go into business for yourself, get over by yourself. During the pandemic, was Montez not one of getting over? When was he not going into business for himself sometimes and
No,
going to the camera, shaking the camera, talking like was he not doing stuff like that?
I don't think that's going into business for yourself. I think that's him as a guy, But to be clear, with Austin Theory, I was just joking around. I don't think that it's professional to do that, but I do think that if somebody goes off script and says something like, "Oh, your daddy ain't here," you got to have some type of reply to that. That's worthy. Even if it's within the script, you got to find a way to weave it in to make
Within
it
the script was
organic.
for him to look stupid after. Like the script was for him to be there with the mic, do what he did with Roman, and then Roman to do what he said. And then when he shoved, you seen it was legitimate. He shoved Jimmy or Jake, one of them niggas, and they tried to get after that nigga because he. You go back and look at that clip, nigga,
Yeah, I
and
gotta
Roman
go watch it. Yeah,
go back and like, hey, it's okay, big dog, because they know he's tamed, he's handled. A nigga can't move unless we tell him he can move. That's
yeah.
legit.
He needs
So
to. I don't, and it's a tough thing because it's your job. You got to go out there and do what they tell you to do.
legit.
But yeah, yeah.
So to my
If
point,
you're,
to my
yeah.
point about Tez could have, to your point, you know what I mean. I'm not saying that having a good match is getting heat, but I don't. I'm not. I'm not putting anything on my test because I love my test. I'm not trying
If
to
you're
say anything.
black and you have a good match and get over, then it's you.
But I know what I am saying is I don't know who I don't know if or who he pissed off. But I do know this is what the result can be, as Triple H was part of it himself. Like
Okay.
I don't like Triple H himself was a part of pissing off a motherfucker. We can't really touch anybody else that was involved. So you lose your push, you lose your steam, you in the doghouse, and if you can fight your way out of it, then you get everything that motherfucker is for you. So I don't know if this is a Triple H moment of giving Tez that treatment. I don't
I
know
want
if it's that.
for the future. I want Street Profits to beat the Usos finally. I want the Street Profits to finally beat the Usos. If that's the case, what's up, Scotland? What's good?
What's good, my boy? Hey, we sending Drew to your ass, boy, if you win that title, cuz. We sending that nigga to goddamn Scotland if you win that motherfucking title, bro. Get your ass out of here. Get your passport up. Go home, nigga. This ain't for you.
What's good, man? Oh man. Yeah, yeah. I think that if you want to keep in the title, I want them to. They should have been beat the Usos last time, like a couple years ago. But I think that now, if you can run it back with the Usos and the Street Profits, that can really establish their reign as a tag team. I feel like they haven't overcome
And they
the
lost.
top tag
Remember, they
teams.
lost to them. They lost to them.
Lost to
That's
them, yeah,
they
yeah, in
lost.
a big match. I want them to have a big match. Like that felt like a push if they were to win it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that would have been like a
yeah,
stamp,
yeah.
but they were just fodder to the Usos historic run. But yeah, I want them to get some love, bro. Like for real.
Man. All right, man. So anything else we got for the
I
year?
think I think that's good. I think that's it.
That's it.
Um, that's it, man. I don't care about Chris Jericho. Um, Hopefully he does something good, not something like just wasting time on TV. Um, and CM Punk already won a championship, so I would have been like interested in seeing that, but they ruined that. Uh, yep, it's new guys: Oba, Javon, Carmelo, Trick, Braun Breaker. Let's see what we got in these guys.
Ricky might need to come
Even
on this
Gunther.
show too.
I want more Gunther. Gunther's been crazy. Dragunov. I'd like to see what he does this year.
Nah, Dragon,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. So
He
I'm
looked
I'm
good with
excited
that
about
knee
that.
brace, man. I can't wait for him to take that shit off, man.
Yeah,
Or he gotta put on long tights. The
yeah,
Trump
yeah.
knee brace, man, make me like this I can't think of
But it
nobody
worked for
else.
that match with Tommaso. Like they beat the shit out of each other, but he was targeting the knee. Like it really did work, and it was a pretty good. They gave him some time in that match, so I fucked with it. So yeah, we'll see how things move forward. But yeah, man. Everybody has their time in the sun. You see, Sami Zayn, he didn't get a push this year, even though he was a Intercontinental champion. He didn't get a push.
He was United
So
States
it
champion.
happens, huh?
He was United States champion.
United States, excuse me, United States, but it wasn't a push. What I mean? Like it was just like, here, take that. But yeah, we'll see what moving forward, and just more props to everybody doing their thing, creating content, whatever. Shout out to all y'all out there holding the fort down for the boys.
Absolutely,
But
man.
other than that, that's it, man. We shall see.
All is
Happy
love,
New
my
Year.
man. Happy New Year. No, 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 no. We gonna
All
say
is love. Everything is wrestling. Happy New Year, and we'll see y'all when we see y'all.
come on. Come on. Peace. Hey, tell that nigga Rasheed run my faded man, cuz.
Will do. He actually was
Hey,
driving back to Delaware last night. He was actually at this house last night, and he has to drive all last night. He drove back to Delaware, and snowy and shit. So
oh
he
shit.
made it back safe. I'll hit him up in the chat.
Yeah, we'll do that. Hey
Yeah,
man, thank you for man giving me some time. Thank you for doing
always,
this.
man.
It's been on me. It's been on me to do this. I'm like I missed a part of this because you know what I'm saying. But
Yeah,
part of me's been missing by doing this podcast realistically. So
yeah, man. This is us, man. This is us in our element, bro.
yeah,
And anytime we have something to talk about, maybe I'm not sure if I can be back next Monday. I'll be honest with you, but I will
if
try.
something big, I know if something big happened, I'll text you and we'll see if we can make something
Yeah,
happen. No,
you
no,
might not even make it back next Monday. Let's be real. Like, shit just be happening in life.
next Monday, them
Life.
motherfuckers back in school because I'm gonna be out here. Nigga,
All right.
I might come on the show with a blue robe on, my nigga. With some, I might
But
have them
yeah,
motherfuckers there by 9:30. Yeah, motherfucker.
word up,
Yeah,
brother,
man. Nah,
man.
for real, man.
But yeah, man, shout out to Black Guy Wrestling Podcast too. We should set something up if y'all, if we have the
Absolutely,
time. We are down to set
absolutely,
something
man.
up and do some collabs. But yeah, we just ain't consistent as we used to be.
But no, man. Next Monday again. There's no promises, but if something spectacular happens again, Braun Breaker happening. If we get evolution in the tag team wrestling, if we get some moving around, shaking with the women going on, if just something big happen for the new year, we might show our face. By hook or by crook, you will see us next year for sure in 2026. You'll see us for sure one time, at least throughout the year of 2026, because Oba will be here. And the way Oba is presented, and the way Oba is structured, and the way Oba is placed upon that, you gonna hear our
Oh,
voices.
oh, oh yeah.
Whether it's
Also,
whether it's good or bad, we
2026,
gonna
Jacob Fatu return. We'll see what happens with him as well.
Hey,
Yeah,
yes,
gotta make sure that we give him
Big
some love too.
Jacob. We can't forget
So
about the big
you can
dog.
care about Jacob, but I honestly, Oba is my favorite wrestler right now, and his success is what I want to see. So we'll see how things move forward with him. He is the litmus test. Honestly, if they do him wrong on the main roster, I might not watch any more wrestling. I am not playing around.
We said that. We said that. We said that. That'll be us. That's
Yeah,
us going out right on. If
they're already doing the Saudi Arabia WrestleMania, which we didn't talk about. They moved to ESPN and made us pay like $50 a month to watch all wrestling, like it was on different platforms here and there. Like, yeah, it's a lot to be a wrestling fan right now. And then they kick Westcott Side Gun out of his own hometown, when he's in Buffalo,
that's one of
6
the low.
months in a row. There's a
That's
he
the
needs to
low
sit down
lights of
and motherfucker.
lows, cuz
Huh?
that's one of the low lights of lows, bro.
Low lights for real. Like there's a lot of reasons to not watch wrestling because they're doing some funky shit right now. But we'll give them time, one more year, and this is me holding y'all hostage, Bristlin. This is an ultimatum. If Obafemi is treated like some dog shit on the main roster, I will not be watching this shit anymore. Fuck y'all.
I ain't gonna hold you. If Obama finished treated like dog shit, we might lead a campaign to like cancel WWE Network like we did before, nigga. Like
Yeah.
just be all online and just cancel shit, nigga.
Yo,
We
cancel all this shit.
cancel all this
ESPN,
shit.
Netflix.
Hey, hey, Saudi niggas is killing U.S. reporters. We gonna
Peacock.
start yelling shit,
Yeah,
nigga.
word. It's crazy. Yo.
People ain't just giving health
We were talking
comments
about
and
this.
goddamn heart ticker. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you got the White House talking about be healthy. Bitch, you ain't healthy. Fuck we talking about? Nigga, your ass couldn't write a fucking wrestling show because you wasn't healthy. But you got the nerve to tell me that physical fitness. If you don't, mother, I'll put a goddamn magnet to your chest, bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, this world is not real, man. This world is not real.
Nigga,
That's
what
all
they
I'm
do
gonna
to
say.
Iron Man when he had that shit? What they put on that nigga? Goddamn electromagnetic. Goddamn, fucking jab your bitch ass, nigga. Fuck with us.
The
All
freaking
right.
what they call that shit, man. I was just watching Infinity War the other day. Yeah.
Neutralize the
Yeah.
shit out of my nigga.
Word. Yo, I'm looking forward to Doomsday, bro, by the way.
Oh, Doomsday is gonna be
So
here.
next year, 2027, we got GTA 6, we got Doomsday. What else we got? We
Spider-Man?
got Spider-Man. You know, we got a couple things to be excited for coming up. You know, as far as entertainment, I don't need wrestling. Fuck that. A couple of boxing matches throughout the year. You know.
Just got 3 first-round picks. Hey, they might hit on
Yeah,
one.
the Jets got the draft. Yo,
Nigga, don't need you, nigga.
we don't need Josh. Nah, man. Yeah, where the fuck the Rock at? Oh man, fuck it, man. We'll see. We'll see.
All right, it's Monday. It's noon.
Happy New Year to all you guys and anybody listening who can stay through all this. And I really wish y'all to stay healthy, stay sane, keep your mental health sharp. I know a lot of shit crazy in the world right now, and it's a hard time for a lot of people out there. But just just
Stay the course,
line,
man.
stay the course.
Stay the
Yeah,
course.
stay strong, stay the course. It's not easy for us either. Just so you know, I'm not going to go into all that, but much love to the world, much love to people who tap in with us, and really do get prepared for the new year and enjoy what you got, whether it be family, love, friends, all that stuff. Tap into with your loved ones, and happy New Year, man, and enjoy this transition into 2027. 2026, excuse me. I keep going forward a year for some reason. I don't know what I want to get past this year already.
This nigga trying to
Fast forward.
might be the best year of our life, nigga. Don't pass up this year, cuz.
Yeah, we said this last year, right?
You right, nigga. Well, I
Yeah,
can't say nothing. I'm still on camera. I love my son.
now you got your son.
Best year ever.
Love you guys, man. I love my co-hosts. I love my co-host family. I love my nephews. Listen, man, we're gonna do what we can to keep our heads up and survive. Like I always say, all is love. Everything is wrestling. We'll be back when we be back. Maybe Monday, maybe not, and we'll see y'all on the other flip side. Happy New Year.
Peace.
Peace out.